Literally, I've been reading for 50 years. Tension.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to 420. Ho, ho, ho.
Hey, what's going on? You're muted. Peltast, we're live and you're muted.
Peltast is I'm not Peltast. Peltast is a spear. A man who uses a spear and a small shield.
Okay.
But to swear is someone who pushes those things away. Nord is a land.
I know, the land of Nord, right?
I've heard of this. The swear of Nord. Throughout. I have traveled throughout time. The future is now. I've come to this land that I'm a time warrior. They've sent me here to battle the current battle. And it's fun.
We are in a current battle, a spiritual battle.
It's
a spiritual battle for our souls.
They sent me here for this reason.
Crack lighter.
To fight.
That's what we call these. Crack lighters. Right? Have you ever called one of these a crack lighter? Those ghetto ones that go up like that with you put the flame up so it's like that big? Well, now it's a piece of shit.
So time warrior, I thought I was just a normal person, then I realized no. That's why I've been sent here. So after this life, they'll send me to another realm to fight more evil. For it is what I do. The Peltasts are not evil, but I'm well known for being able to handle the Peltasts.
We have a live one. We have a live one tonight, boys. We have a live one tonight, boys.
We're doing great. We're doing great, Singe. So this show is going to be so awesome. You guys are going to leave here truly enlightened, okay? Me and Singe, we've been putting together the pieces of the Mandela effect, the mud flood, and the flag.
We have. I just like searched it and go, ha, look at that. Ha, look at that. Like,
Oh, Mandela flood. All right, so what was I going to start out? I got my show notes. I have so much to go over tonight. Just
don't
bear
hit that.
with me. Bear with me. All right. Show notes. All right. So, give me 1 second. Actually,
I saw it.
I got to get something up. Keep talking. Give the chat a shout out. Give the chat a shout out. I got to get something up. I forgot.
My sword has tasted the blood of thousands. I have conquered hundreds of thousands, but only thousands were worth my blade. The rest were to be shoved aside. I've killed many who have crossed the path of good. Wait, I shouldn't say that word. K word, huh? That's one of the words. Like, no, I'm killing it, man. Yo, I'm killing it. But you can say that.
We're killing it, man. We've been killing it.
So crazy. The wording. Okay, wording.
All right.
Weirding.
Here we go.
The weirding.
All right, I know where this is. Let me see.
Wording. It sounds, just wording sounds like old.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Chat.
Yep. Yeah, give the chat a shout out if you see them. If you can read the
How do
names.
you do that?
I'm getting it up.
I've never done that before.
Oh, you never have?
Okay. Emily's
I could have
here.
sworn you have. I could have
MK
sworn you have.
Ultra.
I don't watch my own show.
MK Ultra here. Ryan's here. Sue's here.
Nice.
Wow, we got a lot of cool people here.
Yeah, we got a lot of people, man. We should be going on earlier, but
MK.
Right, I found it. Okay. This isn't like anything new or anything, but
I've been watching Dirt all day. Really?
All right, let's do this. Okay,
level up. I'm just like done with it. I was like,
I saw this. Yeah,
I want to learn more. You know what I could learn from? I'm thinking pygmies or aborigines.
Tell me when you can say it.
Or people or any old person. I just wanted to.
I saw this
really
real quick. I just want to start off with this, Singe, right? Real quick. I seen this little tidbit today. For millions of Brazilians, the Earth is flat. Let's see what
that rhymes. Millions of Brazilians.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, people might have seen this. It's kind of new. It looked kind of cool. At least the Brazilians know. You know, the Brazilians know it's flat.
Millions
of Brazilians.
Yeah,
millions of Brazilians.
Just in the Hindu religion alone. Okay, just Hindu religion. Old, the original Hindu.
Possivelmente, para a maioria dos
Wait. Where is it? I can't get it. Can't hear. There you go.
He's speaking Brazilian anyway, dude. He's speaking Portuguese.
Olha,
That's
vai
the
cair
problem.
Meteoro,
They put the words on the bottom.
Se acabar do ciclo da natureza. Quando a gente entende, a gente percebe que está numa terra plana, a gente descobre que não vai acontecer nenhuma catástrofe, que o mundo não vai acabar.
So the Brazilians know the Earth is flat. They're teaching flat Earth somewhere in Brazil. It looks like.
Sabe-se que a Terra não é plana.
They're showing them satellite images are not real.
Galileu, desde o começo do século XVII, mas os gregos já sabiam isso há mais de 2 milênios. Os argumentos invocados para argumentar que a Terra é plana são muito fracos. Por exemplo, que o Sol e a Lua estariam muito, muito próximos da Terra. Ora, a distância Terra-Lua é conhecida desde o século II a.C.
Three finger.
Cool. So that was real quick. That was just something real quick. Something I just wanted to show that I saw. I mean, I'm just finding things all of a sudden. I got the truth
That's pretty
information
much
pouring in,
self-traveling.
and then
It's not hard, but
shit,
it's not that hard. It's a bit slow.
This is a
Oh my
video
god,
from
gas
San
is over
Francisco.
$6 now.
So Sue Finelli sent me. Sue Finelli, I want to tell you guys, she has a keen eye. All right, she's getting her mud flood going. Her mud flood eyes. I want to show you guys. I was proud of her actually. I'll show you guys what she found today. This is just a video she took of the San Francisco Bay. You can see it's flat all the way around. She sent me another one too, but I didn't have time to get it in here. I'll get it in next time. It's beautiful though. It's the West Coast, West Side. All right, so yep. All right, so that's that. And then all right, so John Levi comes out with a video every single Sunday morning, Saturday night, between Saturday night and Sunday morning, every week he pops up with a new video and everybody watches it, and the whole community pretty much looks forward to it. It's like the highlight of our life. So Sue caught the new John Levi video this morning, and you know, it wasn't about this building. Some people call him Levy, some people call him Levi. Let me see if it'll play.
Hey, can you see the moon out your window?
What's up?
Is it really bright? Everybody's saying it's really bright.
The moon's bright tonight. I change when I see a moon like that. I don't think it's gonna play for some reason. I'm guessing no. It's giving me shit. Wow. Hold on. I'll X out of that. Nope. All right, I got one stream out. All right, cool. All right, so yeah. All right, let's see if this will play. You know what? It was a clip that she sent me. Maybe these clips don't play. I don't know. It was a clip from the phone. It should play. Let's see what it says. Give it a sec. Wow. This is my whole presentation right here. No, I'm just joking. If it doesn't play, it's not a big deal. Well, that sucks. All right. Let me try that. All right. So anyway, well, this building was in the John Levi video today. Let's see if this will come up. She took pictures of it. It's called the San Francisco Gaslight Building. Okay? That's why it's so interesting. Okay? The San Francisco Gaslight Building. John Levi showed a video, and he just went by it. He just like showed it in a video. He didn't really talk much about it. But this building, Sue noticed it out of like a 3-second clip of the video. Sue was like, I know where that building is. And she went there and took pictures of it. Look at this. And you could tell that these pieces right here around the edge will put in like piece by piece. You see the lines in between the letters? You know, it wasn't all one piece. They brought it in and put it together. And even the address is kind of weird. The address is 3636. 3 6s. 666 is the address. All right. Let me see. I have more pictures of it.
Okay, so that's gaslighting you right there.
Yeah, they're gaslighting us. We were like, so basically we got gaslighted by the gaslight building that was in the John Levi video, and Sue went out and actually took pictures. Look, she found it. Look, San Francisco Gaslight Company. You see that? There you go. That's the building. So we got eyes and ears everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The minute someone put something out, we already got boots on the ground in San Francisco. Look, mud flood in the building. Look, you see this thing? Mud flood research. What is that? Look at that. That's some antiquitech right there. That's some antiquitech. That's what that is. I mean, because everybody just has a ball that looks like a staff with a globe or something on their roof. Like, is that a globe? Like, what is that? You know, it's a ball that probably held mercury. And actually, we're going to show you tonight how all this stuff worked with the water. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to be so psyched about the show tonight. We're getting into cymatics. We're going to explain it. We're going to go deep. So let's see what's up. I'm just doing some quick mud mob research. So we got just an interesting pattern there. They're just gaslighting us. So, and then look, we got more pictures of it. 1893. I feel like I can just go ring the doorbell. Knock, 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 knock. All right. So yeah, this is all Sue Finelli's footage. Everybody, Sue Finelli, put your link in the chat. Everybody sub Sue Finelli. All right. She's been doing a lot of mud flood research and boots on the ground in San Francisco. San Francisco Sue Mud Flood Adventures. So we got San Francisco, yeah, you know. It's all brick, man. Look at how it's like black on some of the bricks. All right, let's go down. Well, it played that one. It should play this. Let's try it now. Here it goes. Here's the John Levi clip. Look, nice. This was in the John Levi video. This is what Sue saw today. Let me get it full screen for you. All right, you see? Look, John Levi has it in his video today. You see that? This is the building, and Sue saw it. Look, San Francisco. This is from John Levi's video this morning. San Francisco Gaslight Building. See? And Sue was like, I know where that building is. And she went out and got pictures of it now. That's how it looked, like black and white, like before. You see that? Amazing. Amazing. She didn't just take pictures. She got video. Let's see if it'll play. Now it ain't gonna play her video. What is it doing? One video at a time. Piece of shit. All right, let me see. I got an idea. Boom. Got a better idea on how to make that thing work. All right, let me see. All right. Well, if this thing's gonna be a pain in the ass tonight, I'm gonna have to share a different way. All right, here it goes. Oh, no, it's the John Levi one. All right, so it's playing that one. All right, let's see. Play this one. Oh, here it goes. All right, cool. This is Sue's video. Basically, she went and did the same type of camera thing as what we just showed. Like, she went over, skimmed it real fast, got in, got out. Boom. Done. Boom, baby. Yeah, so I love it. We got the best mud flood researchers, the Mud Mob over here from Boston Ray Mud Flood Adventures. We got the Mud Mob. We got the Mud Mob. We'll put the Mud Mob on you. Look at this. We mobbing on motherfuckers out here. Look. See what I'm saying? Mob on you. You show a thing in your video, we'll go there. We'll go there. We'll send someone. We got someone there. We're on it. We're on it. He didn't even talk about where this building was, and we sent somebody there. That's how good we are over here at Boston Ray Mud Flood Adventures. We do not play when it comes to mud flood. All right. Anyway. All right. So, is that everything that I wanted to show about that? All right. Let me see. What are we doing next? Brazilians know the earth is flat. Okay. So, let me come back for a second. All right. Boom. What do we got? 15 people here. That was just a few things I wanted to show at the beginning. We're going to make this a Mandela flood. So, it wouldn't be a...
brutal rule. I thought an interesting comment was made when somebody said to me, I heard somebody say, where's Mandela? Well, Mandela's dead because Saddam Hussein killed all the Mandelas. He was a
Any man with a big check in his hand. not in line, things are changing overnight. Yeah, oh no, no, no. Why did the braces fade away, but the memory remains? Yeah, oh no. What are you doing to say you're wrong when the proof is gone? What do you think when they change this song? Hold your breath, hold your breath, hold your breath, trust yourself.
Real quick, Sanj. What is the name of the movie?
Noah.
What is the name of the movie with Dorothy, Toto, and the Tin Man?
Oh, it's called.
Let's see. Let's everyone put it in the chat. What is the name of the movie with Dorothy, Toto, and the Tin Man?
It's called.
In the
Don't
Cowardly
spend
Lion.
your house on me. This isn't Kansas anymore, my
Come on,
pretties.
what's the name of the movie? Put it in.
Little monkeys fly, my pretties fly.
Yeah. What's the name of it? No, not the Never-Ending Story. Call for Zero.
It's called.
All
Toto.
right. We got
Toto.
The Wonderful Wizard
Like
of
the band
Oz.
Toto.
We
Sorry, I'm
got
not gonna
The
say
Wizard
this.
of Oz. The Wizard of Oz. Look, the Wizard. Everybody, look, The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz. Everybody, The Wizard of Oz. Look, Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz. Look, Fruit of the Loom all day long. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So anyway, you want to hear something? It's not The Wizard of Oz anymore. It's not. Can you guys see that?
Have you ever seen Zardoz?
It's Wizard of Oz now. It's just Wizard of Oz. No the.
Correct.
No more the. The is gone.
I don't remember. Oh, have you ever seen Zardoz? One of Sean Connery's first films, Zardoz. Check it out.
Is it? It's not Sharon, is it? It's not Sharon, is it? Oh shit! Hold on one second. I thought I was sharing.
Surely it's Sharon.
Thank you for pointing that out to me. No, my computer said it was Sharon, and then it just didn't share. I've been paying attention. It's been doing this to me a lot. Yep, it's Wizard of Oz now. Look. All right, let's get the video up. All right, let's see if it'll play. Fucking glitchy as fuck. It was playing though.
I don't know where Wizard.
You're right. Wait up. There's only supposed to be one Z in Wizard. Are you? Is there? It does look kind of weird, dude. It does look like it's spelled weird to me now. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, only one Z. It's a misspelling.
No, it's not. Maybe it changed, dude. Why is he put? Look, he even put two Z's in down here. He spelled it with two Z's in the title. Dude, you remember spelling Wizard with one Z? Never had two Z's. Oh, wow. Sue said it never had two Z's. Does anyone else know about this? I don't remember. Actually, It did only
That's
have
gotta be-
one Z. You're right, dude. Why would they put 2 Z's? All right. I
there's
don't know. You
that-
think it's because it's the Wizard of Oz? Now we gotta look into the spelling of wizard too after this. All right. He uses newspaper residue a lot. Like he has like newspapers.com and different sites like that. And he uses he finds residue from old newspapers, dude. That's where he finds a lot of his residue. And it's good. He finds good stuff. That's weird. Look, she made movie and then Wizard of Oz is in quotations. That's weird because it's the Wizard of Oz, but movie the isn't in the quotations with Wizard of Oz. Shouldn't the be in the quotations too? Because that's the name of the movie. It's weird. Yeah, call for zero. Leonard Skinner changed the spelling. All right.
Yeah, with
So
Lynard Skynard.
yeah. So that was a new
Lynard
Mandela effect.
Skynard.
Sue stuff. I covered Sue stuff.
Yeah, I saw them
All right.
live.
So
It's pretty good show. Really good show.
Yeah.
1999.
So those people who didn't see the show last night, I kind of touched on some stuff on Cymatics with the Mandela effect, with the Mandela. And tonight I'm going to go deeper into that. But I'm going to start off by showing you it just for the people who didn't see it. So check this video out. I'm going to hit you with some frequencies.
Rick 2.5.
A mandala, Sanskrit, Romanized mandala, lit circle, is a geometric configuration of symbols in various spiritual traditions. Mandalas may be employed for focusing attention of practitioners and adepts. So they use this for brainwashing people, for hypnotizing people, get you to focus in. Check it out. Just try to focus in on it when it's moving. If it starts moving.
We can also use different shapes of plate. Here we have a triangular plate with a crystal attached to its underside and produce a sonorous figure. We change to a higher note and see a rather more complicated figure.
So Singe, this is what I was reading last night when I wished you was on the show, because you know about this shit, right? So as a spiritual guidance tool for establishing a sacred space and as an aid to meditation and trance induction in the Eastern religions of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Shintoism, it is used as a map representing deities. You know about this stuff, representing deities, or especially in the case of Shintoism, paradises, kami, or actual shrines. You know anything about that, Singe?
No, I know about them healing with sound. And I know that most of those religions have basically flat. Oh, no, I didn't know about that.
They know the earth is flat, these
Maybe.
people? Is that what you're saying?
Well, definitely the Jains, and the other a couple of the other ones you mentioned. If you go, but the Jainism is the oldest religion.
It is?
No.
The Jainism is the oldest religion in the world? One of them?
One of the oldest, yeah. And they're really interesting. Super peaceful. And there's more than you'd believe. You'd be like, what? I don't know if there's millions. There must be millions. Hold on.
All right.
Hello. Testing.
What's up, Bill Miller? How you doing, man?
Hey, Bill.
Thanks for showing up, man. We
Don't
got an
work on
awesome show.
anything right now, Bill.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Can you hear me?
Testing. Can you hear me?
We got an awesome show. We're connecting a lot of dots tonight.
Jainism
I can hear you.
is India's sixth largest
You can't
religion.
hear me?
9.5
No, good.
million Jains. Probably more, right? Yeah.
I always just check the audio when I come in, just make sure the audio is good.
Yeah, it's a mic check. I understand.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
I'm trying to get through the frequency. I'm hitting you guys with frequencies tonight. So
Bill
This
check.
more elaborate figure,
Bill check.
It
the
is.
steel plate,
Check.
also produced vibration. The exciting crystal is attached to the upper corner of the plate. We use sand and lycopodium. The lycopodium moves.
So this was cool.
Okay.
Mandala is an art form first appeared in the Buddhist art that were produced in India during the 1st century BCE. In New Age, mandala is a diagram, chart, or geometrical pattern that represents the cosmos metaphysically or symbolically. It's pretty interesting. So we're getting into cymatics. But basically, this video is basically showing you kind of like how the Mandela effect could work with frequencies and vibrations, how things could change shape and change form, letters can change, how physical objects might be able to change. But also we're going to show tonight how they were using frequency to power the whole electrical grid in the old world. So we're showing you how this is all connected.
To the center of the fields and takes up circular shapes. The sand forms the lines. Each material has its own special way of behaving. Lycopodium alone, a sonorous figure. Transition to a mobile flowing phase. And back again to the figure.
So a
The
microcosm.
sonorous figures.
This is a time microcosm of the universe, but it originally meant to represent the wholeness and a model for the organizational structure of life itself. The organization of life itself, the organizational structure of life itself, a cosmic diagram that sounds the relation to the infinite in the world that extends beyond and within various minds and bodies, dude.
Wow.
Doesn't that sound like the Mandela effect? A lot, right?
It does. I mean, Mandala and Mandela are two different things, right? But they just sound okay.
Yeah, they're two different things, I guess, but they sound the same.
They sound the same.
People have made the connection, and there's a whole documentary on it that I've seen before, and I think this is from the documentary, but I couldn't find it, and this is what I could find. But this is good. This will
Present stationary waves.
get us by.
But now we can also observe moving waves. Here, the sand is flowing in a current. When the wavelengths are short, these currents produce a rotary effect. Areas become defined in which the particles are actually rotating.
Galaxies.
Plasticizable
I seen that. That's
substance
interesting,
is
huh?
always shaped.
Looks like galaxies. It's interesting. I don't believe in space, but you can see stars out there. There's something out
See
there.
galaxies. You can view them.
Yeah.
What
So
they
that
are
is-
is a different topic.
Yeah, we don't know what they are.
Also, that
ahead.
reminds me of like in blood too, or if you just put like a drop of colored water It's from Clearwater. Kind of does that same thing there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Into a ball by the wave trains of the vibrating membrane. The masses are jiggled round, but gradually proper spherical shapes are formed, created by nothing more than the vibratory process.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It looks a little bit better on my screen. It's a little choppy, but it's doable.
Boy, that is it. What scale is this on? Is this on the micro scale?
It tells you. I'm not sure, Bill. I guess so. It's Cymatics, Mandela effect.
I can see it being micro level, but then I can also picture this on the macro level, like with large objects.
This says
rocks.
rocks moving across flat deserts. Yeah, flat. Keyword flat.
Yeah. I came across this tonight, kind of in my research.
What this?
Something
This
like
video?
that, but no. I mean, like,
When made, vibrate.
What,
I mean,
rocks
that-
going across the flat desert?
well, I mean, how they kind of look soupy, like kind of like they're not solid or they're melting, or changing shape,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know
Or-
exactly what you mean.
or dissolving.
They melt, yeah. It's crazy, man. I seen it the other night, man. You and Jen, you were showing some really melted shit, man. The other night, you guys had some good melted shit up there, man. I was like, nice.
Yeah, we're doing part 2 tomorrow at 4 Central
Oh,
Time.
nice. Yeah, you guys will be good together, man. Because she's awesome, and you got you're great at screen sharing, and you got all the awesome videos and
I just
the high
figured it
quality
out.
footage. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, I just figured it out how to share it, but it's cool.
It's gonna be epic, dude. It's gonna be epic.
The slideshow tomorrow is gonna be on scale as the other day.
I'm doing another show. I think with Sailing Fan Man, Jen, Steve JMO, and the Super Friends thing. We're gonna do a Super Friends 2. I think I heard them talking about it. I don't know if it happens. I'll do it. I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. All right.
Circular shapes appear, but these are in a state of continuous upheaval. The particles are pushed outwards from the center and inwards again from the outside. And at the same time, they pulsate.
It looks like ice cream
Yeah.
melting.
Do you have do you know whose channel this is? I mean,
This is it's an Odyssey channel. I don't know. I couldn't find him on YouTube.
Right. I wonder if he has the, like this is some older film, it looks like. I wonder if he has the original film link somewhere.
I know, you're right. They said this was from from a big a whole documentary on this.
Does it say what the name is? I could look it up.
I'll let you know.
Patterns of the vibratory field. They move to and fro, unite, separate again according to the vibratory state.
I'm just kind of curious how big this is. I mean,
we can, as it were, move over a landscape.
I mean, it's really, really compelling.
Yeah, we got a lot of videos like this tonight. We're going to show a lot of stuff.
The masses are hurled.
But yeah, that was
what the hell is this?
Eruptions, explosions almost.
What did it say? Did it say mud flood?
The center, so that here again, even under these violently dynamic,
it was
we find there is
Cymatics,
frequency vibration Cymatics. This is the name of the channel. I'll show you guys exactly whose channel this is. It's coming up right now on the phone. Let me see. David Berry 75
on your Odyssey.
On Odyssey, David Berry 75.
Okay,
that's who made this video on Odyssey.
Is
I can send you the link, Bill. I'll put the link in the chat right now.
Is 75 right next to Barry, or is it separated?
No, it's separated. I'll put the link in
Okay.
the chat for everybody. Hold on.
I found it.
Oh, you found it. I'll still put it in.
Yeah. Boy, he's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this video is like 13 minutes long. It's not that long. It's almost over. But you can hear the frequencies.
Do you know the title of this video?
Yeah, it's called Cymatics Mandela Effect. Cymatics Mandela Effect. I put it in the chat anyway. Right now. That's it right there, I think.
I found it.
Yeah.
13 minutes.
It almost reminds me of like 482, not 432 frequency, you know, like that type of stuff. Also, Bill, last night I made the connection. You see this shape right here on the right?
Yeah.
The cymatic shape. That's the same shape as the I showed it last night. That's the same shape as the church windows. You know, the cymatics of the church windows, the rose window. That looks like a rose window. It also looks like a star. The stars look like that when you zoom in on them. They have cymatic patterns. So we're going to get into all of that. I'm going to cut it. But yeah, you guys get the point, right? So it's a seismatic frequency. We don't have a lot of time. We don't have a whole lot of time tonight. Well, we do, but we have a lot to show. So basically, that's a seismatic sound frequency. That's what they used to use to resonate through the buildings. We're going to get into that. But I also have a quick video I'm going to play that shows cymatic frequencies and water droplets. Is that what it was, Singe? I got that one. We'll play that. It's like a 4-minute video. It's gonna play all the way through because I got it as a clip. It's gonna play good.
That reminds me of UFO. Picture something like that spinning up there. Oh, or a star. A star. And we could talk over this, Did it freeze? Or is it my internet? Am I still in this? No. What's it going on? We could make one. I'll have to work on making one. I have enough speaker stuff around and plastic dishes, but I don't have a digital input for that. But we can use an app and hold it close to it. Maybe. Oh. I could hook up something. Okay. Let's take me a day. Then you hook up an app to a speaker, right? Actually, just hook up a speaker to a USB output so you can plug it into your phone. Turn on the app. Put the plate over the speaker. Fill it with liquid. Put some colored dye in there. See some cool stuff with soap bubbles or something. I'll try all kinds of stuff. Once I make it, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll make one. Thank you for watching. Support by sharing and subscribing. Ray's in the show.
What's up, Mr.
Hey,
What's
Ray,
up,
how's
Mr.
it
B,
going?
man? How you, Mr. B's here? I haven't seen you in a while. Well, maybe you were here. I just haven't seen you in a while. How you doing?
I was talking over that because there was no one. It was just dead air.
What am I?
Okay, I think I got it, Bill. I'll send it to you here.
I got it. It's coming in. It's coming up. I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. I just need to share screen at this point. Hold on. Get rid of that. All right. Where am I? I'm gonna even cut my shit off. Hold on.
I just sent David Barry a message.
Hold on, something weird's going on.
I mean, wow.
Hold on, we got something good. I'm just trying to. I gotta. Shit. I don't know what I gotta do. What happened?
I wonder what temperature that stuff is.
Right.
It looks like it's melting,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. What
In
temperature?
At that last video, you know, the one with the spheres that were
spinning around?
Mud flood fountains and maybe burial mounds. I mean, to me, I think the whole controversy. I mean, the whole controversy between mud flood and melted buildings. What if we're all talking about the same thing? You know, but just
I think
different understandings of it.
I think it did. I think it did melt, though. I think it did.
I mean,
melt,
it looks.
And I
it's
think
total...
it melted. It melted and it got flooded somehow at the same time.
Yeah, I don't understand the controversy.
If you think about it, the whole place probably wouldn't melt all at the same time. Like it would probably melt in sections, right?
Well, I mean, what if it was really, really hot at some point, and then to cool it down, they had to bring in a shitload of water, to cool it down somehow.
Yeah. All right, am I sharing the screen? All right, so this is how sacred geometry is embedded in something. This is all right. Yeah, this is it. All right, cool. I was making sure it wasn't a commercial.
Singe, you all right?
Singe, you all right?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
You see that? A geometric code connecting us with the divine. You see how they just showed a building right there? That was a building. Adds in 3, 2. We're taking it to the next level. You see how it said in architecture? In architecture, okay? High
Tech.
texture with dollar into this whole thing, dude.
I like that one. Jen, right? And
Yeah,
Like that like show.
She came up. I think she came up with those anyway. That's where
the little glitches. My old
architecture. Like, yeah, you break down those words.
Well, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. You know, I mean, I still appreciate this computer. It's better than nothing. It's been getting us every night. We've been going off this computer for 82 days or 81 days or something. Chemtrails. You see all them chemtrails?
Spirograph, that toy. Yes, there you go. Almost like that.
What'd you say, Singe? I couldn't hear you, man. He said something about seismograph, right? Seismograph? What are you saying?
Spirograph, that toy.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Spirograph. Spyro.
Oh, for art, when you draw it, you swirl it around, right, inside the stencil, and it like spins around the pen, and you use different colors. Yeah, Singe, I know what you're talking about. You know what I noticed, Singe? You know how I got this new mic, Bill? I got a new mic. I got a Yeti.
Yeah,
and it works good.
Yeah.
I noticed that before I was using the mic, I couldn't talk over videos, right? When I tried to talk, people didn't. I had to yell really loud over people and shit. Now that I have a mic, I can talk. I can cut right in. This mic's powerful. I can cut right in, cut right over videos, no problem. It lets me.
That's good. I think that feature's called the ducking. Ducking is when you set it and you can jump into stuff quicker.
Yeah, I can press the button on and off.
Yeah.
I like these blue Yeti, and you know these blue Yetis. People say they're like $100, right?
Does it look like this one? Yeah.
I got the Nano.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah,
and it was on sale at Target for $70, dude.
That's a good deal.
So I got a good deal on it. Yeah, and I needed it bad. I needed it.
Very helpful.
Yeah, it was a necessity. As above, so below.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. There it is again. So what they're showing and what this video is called, how sacred geometry is embedded in your DNA. Okay? They're showing you how this is embedded in our DNA, people. It's in everything. So within, so without. So all right. So this video is teaching you as above, so below, so within, so without. It kind of sounds like Aleister Crowley. Nice. I love the lightning, dude. We were looking at that too. The golden ratio. We are not afraid to look at things on this channel. That's what I love about Boston Ray Mudfoot Adventures and Michelle L2 and Michelle L Odyssey, all one word. I like that because you know why? I love these channels because we'll look at anything. We're not limiting ourselves. We'll look at anything. We'll look at absolutely any type of research. I love it. I love it. But
everything's on the table.
We're gonna get into the Mudfoot stuff in a minute after this video. Fucking ads. Yeah. Bullshit. All right. I don't know what to do with these ads, Bill. I tried to go like this and just get it off. It doesn't work. It won't play until I bring it back. So I don't know, man.
Do you get a lot of ads when you watch YouTube? Do you get a lot of ads?
When I'm streaming, yeah.
You do?
What about when I'm streaming it? Yeah, it seems like they do it on purpose.
What about when you're watching other people's videos? Do you get a lot of ads?
It seems like, they...
Because you do have control over
some
that.
Some people. It depends. Like,
if your channel's monetized,
I didn't know that. What, you can stop the ads?
Well, no, I mean once your channel's monetized, that's one way that a content creator gets income is by allowing ads during the video. But you can place them at certain spots in the video. You have kind of you can go real heavy with them, or you can go real light, like at the beginning or at the end, you have kind of an option of how much.
Martin Lika helped me out, man, with posting my video in his section, man. And whatever he did, I don't know what he did. He took my video and he posted it like in his community section, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Let's
either
find
way,
out about that.
Because my channel's been shadow banned for a long time. I've been sitting at 480 subs, between 480, 490, bouncing back and forth for like a year. It's impossible. I mean, people tell me they sub me all the time. I see new subscriber. Why isn't it adding it up? Because they're taking different ones off. They put new ones on and they take different ones off. So it's like it's crazy. That's how people get unsubbed to people. It's like, oh, I was unsubbed to you again.
Yeah. Hey, do you know where
No.
that? Do you know where Martin's community page is? I'll look it up for us because I'm kind of curious too.
It's yeah. I mean, I had it. It popped up in my section. It was like Martin Lee just posted your video. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
I was like, I almost shit my pants. I was like, are you serious? Martin Liedtke posted my video. Yeah, right here. It's on his channel, Martin Liedtke, 2 days ago, on a post. I don't know if you can see it. And he put oi, sub to Boston Ray Mudfoot Adventure. 'Tis cool. And everybody, look, I got 22 thumbs up. You know, that's what I really needed, man. He knew, he's smart. He knew what I needed, because I was telling people in the chat, like, in when you guys were on in Jen's chat, I was telling everybody, like, why isn't my channel growing? My new channel, Michelle L2, it only got 200 subs. Why? I mean, I'm on every night. I'm doing these crazy streams. I should have a few more. I should be at least 1,000 by now. I've been here longer than a lot of other people who are at 1,000 subs. It's because the numbers are fake. It's obvious. I mean, everyone make sure you're subbed. Even if you're here and you're not subbed, just sub me, please. I need my numbers to go up. I need to be able to post in the community section again. They took away my community section. I had all flat earthers in the community. I had my whole group from Boston, all of us back here in Boston, in the community section, and they took us down. They don't want us in there. They're hating on the Boston. They're hating on the Boston flat earthers. So I don't want to go on a rant though. I'm gonna just play it. Whoop. Yeah, this stuff is beautiful right here. Just the way it looks. Golden ratio.
Why do this?
Get out of here. Beat it.
Man, I really need to pick up my community section. Yep, there you are. Hey,
it won't pause. It won't let me pause it. I'm trying. Okay. It's frozen. I was trying to pause it so we could talk. But yeah, the community section, Bill, it's good, man. You can put anything you want to your Odyssey. You can put it in there. If you want to put links to your BitChute channel, you can put it in there. Like, you know.
That's great.
And all kinds of pictures.
I wonder if I could, because I see in the top 3 over in Martin's community section.
It won't pause, so I'm just gonna let it play.
Yeah.
Cool.
One day, yours is 2 days ago. I guess he posted right below yours is he posted Jen and I's 4-hour live stream. You and I both have like 3-4 hour live streams.
He was
on
there.
That.
He was watching you. He was in the chat the whole time I was talking to him.
Yeah.
In Jen's chat. He was watching you guys, dude. That's awesome. Think about it. Think about how many people watch his channel. He has like 1,000 people in the chat.
Yeah, right.
Dude, when he goes live, you know, and that's an honor to have him watch you. You know what I mean? I used to watch him a long time ago. My girl used to come out and be like, Michelle used to come out and be like, who are you watching? What are you watching? And I used to be sitting at the couch laughing my ass off because I used to think it was so funny. Like, I get stoned. I'd get stoned and just watch him and and he'd crack me up. And Michelle would come out and be like, what are you watching? Who is this guy? You know, and it's Martin. She's like, she starts shaking her head, like goes in the other room. He's great though. He makes me laugh.
Yeah,
it's great.
My wife did the same exact thing. She got into him for a little while. My wife, she even, I'd play it on the TV for her, and she,
Yeah.
She had trouble understanding him at first, but after a while you get used to it, the language, the dialect. I posted a new video today, another name this country.
I've seen it. Yeah.
And he was the first one.
Maybe that's a newer one.
Today, yeah, he was. It was. I did it was Wales. I did it on Wales, where he lives. Name this country, and he was the first one to answer in the chat section. That was an honor. I don't think he's ever commented in one of my videos before.
Wow.
But he and I got to chatting in email.
Because your videos are nice and clean, dude. The bill. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'm saying because your videos are nice and clean, dude. Like people.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
People, you can watch them. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They're watchable. You know what I mean? Like some videos I can't do it. I shut it off.
Yeah. Hippie Shake has been really liking my latest one, the high definition stuff. But Martin and I got to talking in email because he had emailed me something like 3 years ago. So I had his email, and he's on a boat somewhere. He's out to sea right now. But when he gets back, he wants to have Jen and I on his show. I was like, okay, yeah, that'd be cool anytime,
Oh, nice.
I'm like, for sure.
Dude, yeah, that will be cool. That would be good for all of us, dude.
Yeah.
If you win, I pretty much win now. So
because
I'm happy for anything that happens.
Yeah, it's a group. It's for sure a group effort, man.
It's a team.
Right there, right there at the top is right at the top of his community section is Boston Raid Mudflood Adventures, and then right below it is Jen and me. So he's digging our stuff. We're coming strong with the evidence and the research.
Yeah, and Hippie Shake and Hippie Shake and Holistic Media, they're awesome too. They're like one of his main mods, right? Pretty much.
Yeah,
and they've been supporting us from the beginning.
For sure, Martin threw me a blue wrench. I couldn't believe it. Martin made me a moderator. I was like, "Wow, thanks, Martin."
Oh, I think he gave me a wrench too.
Yeah,
I think he did. He gave me a wrench. Yeah,
it's called It's not a. It's also called a blue spanner. Martin and Hippie Shake and India.
Oh, the wrench
at Holistic Media. It's a blue spanner. Over in Britain, screwdrivers are called spanners.
I whacked someone good. Oh, really? A blue spanner. That's crazy. Yeah, well, yeah. Bruce Banner. It almost sounds like Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner.
That's a rhyme right there.
Yeah, like the Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rhyme. I'm gonna put it. That's what I just said it like that. I'm gonna put it in a rap. As above, so below. Boom, baby.
Have you done a lot of recording? When you record your voice and your rhymes, how do you do it? Because I was thinking, I've got some software. I don't, because wondering
it's easy.
Yeah.
It's called a voiceover. You get the beat. You get the software. You press voiceover. You play the beat and you rap. But it's it's good to have like one of those spit guards over the mic. And you spit right into the mic, like as if you pretend like your voice is a bow and arrow, and you're shooting an arrow into the center of the mic. That's how I do it, and I can make all different voices and everything. I have my CDs on BitChute and Odyssey, Bill, from 2004, 2005, and 2006. Yeah, I can't put them on YouTube. It's just too hardcore. But I'll send you the links later. It's pretty crazy stuff, though. You might. It's from when I was a kid. It was from when I was growing up,
Yeah.
But it's good stuff. I used to rap my ass off. It's great stuff, actually. But I can't play it during this shit.
Sure.
I can't play it on YouTube. They'll kill me.
How we doing? Oh man, you're up to 20. You're up to 20 here now. 20 people.
We're doing good tonight because we got a good show coming up. This is just the beginning. After this, I'm going to show you how the whole grid system worked with this seismatic stuff. So basically, what I'm getting out of it is whoever built the original grid system knew a lot about this seismographic. You know, I don't believe in this Earth being round, globe type shit, but
spherical.
You know, for the most part, they believed. Yeah, they believed in this type of shit. So they must have knew how to set the grid up and get the electricity from the water using this cymatic stuff. You know,
yeah, man.
The key, whatever they unlocked the key to this shit. You know, the Fibonacci sequence,
golden ratio.
It's in everything. Higher dimension. That's how they probably are changing the reality, or the reality shifts because it's not solid. It's like, you know, like this. Everything's made up like this, like a cloud. It's like malleable, can change. You know,
dude, I was doing some research a few hours ago.
This is almost over. But this was a cool video. Singe found this is syngeman. He found this video. Where'd he go? He bounced?
I don't know.
We lost one. We lost Singe.
Ray,
I thought he was being quiet.
I was doing some research early tonight.
He put me back. Let me see where he's at.
Is my microphone on?
Oh, here he is. All right. I'll get him. I'll get him in a sec.
Am I muted?
This is this is pretty much done. Oh, that was the artwork that we were just talking about. No, I can hear you.
Okay.
While you were talking, I couldn't hear you. I just heard you just now.
I can hear you.
Yeah, these mics are good. I can hear you good too.
I got
Singe?
I got Mandela affected earlier tonight.
I sent you a thing there, Bill.
What happened?
Where to?
Messages. I could email it to you if you need.
Let's see. Yeah, if you could email it.
We got a lot of new subs here. Look, Gary Thorso.
So I was researching earlier tonight. I was collecting some like melted buildings photographs for tomorrow's live stream with Jen. And there's a city.
Yeah. What time is that at anyway? What time?
4 o'clock Central Time. That would be 5 o'clock Eastern Time.
Cool. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna watch.
Tomorrow on Domestic Truther 69.
69. Nice.
Yeah.
Great. That's gonna be an awesome show, Bill.
So
we're the best. Boom, baby. That's Ryan.
this city in my home state, the name changed.
Nemo.
Really? What city?
Yeah. I was researching it, and out in the panhandle of western Nebraska, there was this city that everybody knows it as Ogallala. Ogallala, Nebraska. Ogallala. Ogallala, right? So now when you go to look for Ogallala, it's now Oglala. It's totally fucked. It's not, it's like, I'm like, Oglala.
Yeah, you should show it. You make a video about it because you can prove because you remember it. You can prove it.
I even asked my wife, and she's not even into it. I said, hey, honey, can you name some cities out in western Nebraska? And she named a few, and then she said Ogallala. And I said, how do you spell Ogallala? She said just like it sounds, Oglala, Ogallala. And I said, well, it turns out that in this reality, it's never been Ogallala. It's always been Oglala. And she was like, no, somebody's fucking with us.
Yeah, right? That's what you think.
Yeah.
You think someone's fucking with you. What do you think? You guys think someone's fucking with us? You don't think it's real? But listen to this, though, right?
That's her thoughts.
If you want to find residue for that, right, what you need to do is you need to spell it the old way. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it, so I can't spell it. But you spell it the old way, and you put it in parentheses, the old way, and you search. And then anything that has it spelled the old way might come up if there's anything left. And then you snapshot it real quick and save it before they take it away.
Better.
The Mandela Burger.
Dude, it's so
Oh my-
fun. It's never been spelled like that. Never.
No, we just showed the Potomac River the other night. The Potomac, it changed. There's so many spellings and like these weird, like the Native American. Like that sounds like a Native American spelling, right? The one you're talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds like. It seems like a lot of the Native American towns or whatever they call them are changing the spellings. So I'm gonna play a song real quick, and we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna get into something really big. We're gonna bring this whole thing home because
entropy.
What do you need?
The natural expression of all things.
Yep. I know what you're saying. All right. So I'm gonna play this.
But there's one thing I know. I didn't do it.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get into the mud flips.
All you see is crooks. About to go in, son. Immortal technique. Good looking on the beat. Forever P.
American.
Look. Killer bees back in the building with machining them. We creaming them of pockets of dirty money and clean again. Ain't got to tell you I'm dope. Just stick the needle in. The goose is off white, big enough to fit the seagull in. Just the seasoning. Why? That's why I has my reasons and my birds don't need no seasoning. Methyl D in this evening. Now ask yourself, is that really air that you breathing in? I think outside the box, did I find a box I can keep them in? Or just leave it then, like a bouncer won't let your people in. People said they want that old map. What is the prequel then? I get medieval, some people won't make the prequel then. Leave them in the fetal position. F it, I'm leaving it. I use the system, you cowards use euphemisms. Women call me super daddy, my powers is supervision. Who gave you permission to speak? To learn you listen, learn to listen to a different MC. You learn the difference in addition if you're missing MC. Sign this petition, get a fraction of that faction, subtracted by my division. I'm a boss, so that means I make decisions. Slash killing, I will kill an MC to make a living. Yeah, call me super daddy, my powers is supervision. Who? Supervision, supervision. Who?
Casting raps, you get your back snapped in half and 7.
All up in the club, putting squad up. Supervision, throw your squad up. Supervision, throw your squad up.
Impossible pain beyond measure.
Throw your squad up. Cigar guts, all up in the club, putting squad up.
There's a new housing plan for the ghetto eventually. Project for a new American century. False flag terrorism controlling you mentally. The gospel in the hands of people with no empathy. A mixture of dangerous social chemistry between law enforcement and a military entity. Cameras on the corner of every corner you facing. Testing out a future Gestapo on immigration. Power, consolidation, information restricted. Just like the iron law of oligarchy predicted. Incarcerating the poor among the drug addicted. But not the families of the ruling class that's afflicted. Cause it's a fucking caste system like corrupted Hinduism. I think you should listen. I've been through the system in prison. I've been through religion. Carried the cross as a Christian. Like it was anti-disestablishmentarianism. Until the seeds of despotism arrested my vision. Lyricism with cynicism and syllogisms. Until they Pedro Albizu Campos and kill me in prison. Chemtrail conditions. Stem cells of Leo Strauss's philosophy. The birth of neocon policy. But I laugh at America's fear of a new world order controlling the hemisphere. Cause my people been living that for the past 500 years.
Intelligence, understand.
Supervision who? Supervision, supervision who?
Casting raps, you get your back snapped in half and 7.
All up in the club, putting squad up.
Who do we trust? Who do we trust? The faction. Who do we trust? Who do we trust? Impossible pain beyond measure.
Squad up. Cigar guts, all up in the club, putting squad up.
Caterpillar metamorphosis to bigger nigga. Lantern in his hand, headless horseman to the rhythm. Been successful for so long, I can no longer feel it. Take your finger, prick it, mob initiating members. Far beyond the dawn, my title ain't even listed. Federales listen, only hear me chewing, sipping. Dancing with a doll, prom night with Cinderella. Then we dip in the Ferrari, fly as Tom Selleck. Vocals on Tony Bennett, I'm only in it to later see people I taught tell me, yo, we did it. I led a revolution in the world of tech and music. Free the homie, did his time and paid the restitution. Time go quick, better have all your goals set. You getting yours or just hanging on like an old dick. I can talk about money, we ain't the same, son. It's just different when you came from where I came from.
Yeah, it's me again. This thing of ours you will probably never see again. But for the growth, it's the oath we're believing in. Locks, Kostra, Nostra, yeah, it's 3 of them. Lucci and him, I'm the nigga they can't stand no. More work, more ammo. Gambino in the Lambo. Call me for a situation you can't handle. More caskets, more murals, more candles. True poet, Audemars, you blow it. Ever I know, I'd rather die for you know it. High profile, this shit sells. Call Mary Richmond and tell him pick 12. Cause we never sing, we on the better things. Pride is nothing, integrity is everything. Yeah, if you broke, how you giving advice? Me and my niggas, we just living the life, yeah.
Call me Super Daddy, my powers are supervision. Who? Supervision, supervision. Who?
Casting raps, you get your back snapped in half for 7.
All up in the club, putting squad up. Supervision, throw your squad up. Supervision, throw your squad up.
Impossible pain beyond measure.
Squad up. Cigar guts, all up in the club, putting squad up.
Whistleblower, men are afraid to label the threaded traitor. Executive legislator trying to suppress your behavior. Intelligence interrogator, collecting metadata. Condemning the messenger and censoring the educator. CIA feed the propaganda to the television. In the next edition, the pundits preach it in repetition. Loyal to the monarchy, hereditary or elected. A royal family and a president selected.
Secret society. Secret
supervision, supervision.
Casting raps, you get your back snapped in half for 7.
Impose restraints against your will.
Throw your squad up. Supervision, throw your squad up.
Impossible pain beyond measure.
Throw your squad up. Call me Super Daddy, my powers are supervision. Who? Supervision, supervision. Who?
Casting raps, you get your back snapped in half for 7.
All up in the club, putting squad up. Supervision, throw your squad up. Supervision, throw your squad up.
Impossible pain beyond measure.
Throw your squad up. Cigar guts, all up in the club, putting squad up.
So yes, so we got all right. I like it. I like that song. It's growing up.
Yeah,
what's up,
Frank? Trib Kids in the house.
Oh yeah, he's big. He's got a huge channel. I was watching him. He's funny. I was watching him. He makes me laugh.
Mental pancakes. Realize.
Hey Ray, do you know how to share a live stream?
What do you mean? Like how?
Like if you have your live stream here right now. Like what if I wanted to live stream what you're live streaming? What if I wanted to live stream this live stream? Is that possible?
Mirror.
Like multi-stream it to our channels? I could probably put your channel in here, but I don't know how we would do that.
Yeah, you'd have to do it that way.
You could go on my channel right now and stream it from your channel, but I don't know how it would come out.
How does that work? Stream it from your.
How does that work? We got to figure it out. Let's figure out the right way to do it, and let's get it done.
Yeah.
Let's get it done. Yeah, for real. We'll talk about it, and we'll figure it out, dude. We'll look into that because other people do it. I seen like THC do it. They have like the multi-stream.
Go to your channel.
Like on both channels.
Yeah. Go to your channel and mirror.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I know one time I was one time I was on Restream. I think it was Christian Knapp's Restream. It asked me, "Hey, do you want like this Restream was like if you want to shoot this to your channel, click here." But I didn't have Restream at the time, so I don't know. But I don't know how to do it on StreamYard. I can stream to 3 different locations with the one that I pay for. If I pay for the bigger one, I can stream to 10.
I'm just wondering about multiple channels.
She said, "Your channel in here." Yeah. Oh, you know what I could do, Bill? I know this. I could add another person onto my StreamYard, so there's 2 people running it. It lets you add an extra chair. I saw that. Maybe if I added you as a chair, you could We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to. That's probably what we got to do. I got to add you as like a
Hey,
like
Ray,
as
can
a
you link?
chair, and then you could stream to your StreamYard maybe because you have StreamYard too, right? Do you?
Yeah.
It's free for the first 20 minutes, 20 hours.
Yeah.
20 hours
Yeah.
anyway. You could just download it for free.
Yeah.
For 20 hours. I'm thinking about switching though, because this one costs money, dude. You know, there's free ones out there that work, right? Or do they all end up costing money in the end?
Ray, can you link the last song in the chat? I don't know if you can do that.
We're gonna be masters of this.
I can put the link in for the song.
We're gonna be masters of it.
I'll do it after. I'm gonna get something playing real quick. So I'm screen sharing. Okay, I got it up. Boom, baby. This is what we're getting into tonight. This was a great one. This was Iwar, Lost History of Flat Earth, episode 5, right? He breaks it down. Look, you see the seismic pattern, the somatic pattern. He breaks it down with the water, how it connects to the everything. Watch. Tell me if I'm sharing the sound. The sound? Can you hear the sound?
Tip tap goes the rain, spitting on my window pane.
Affirmative.
Drip drip from the trees, sodden earthy, soggy leaves. Splosh, splash, puddle pools, jumping on their way to schools. Onomatopoeia, the formation or use of words that imitate the sounds associated with the object or actions they refer to. The property of a word of sounding like what it represents. Water has many. The interdependent relationship between water and sound is so fundamental to our connection and understanding of water. The rain patters and drums. The waves roar. The brook murmurs and whispers. The puddles of mud squelch. That it is intrinsically woven into the very linguistic code of our language. Many have explored the powerful connection between sound and water. We have Masaru Emoto and his study exploring the impact of sound.
You know, just because he's a mainstream scientist and we all know he's a piece of crap. This is still good research right here that he did. Look, Mozart Symphony. Like, this is what he did. He took a picture of the water under a microscope, playing different things. Like, look, Mozart Symphony, it's shaped like that. Imagine by John Lennon, it's shaped like that. The word love, you know, Fujiwara prayer, peace, thank you. The water makes different shapes for different sounds. It's a trip. So this is how they made power. They hit the water with different frequencies, made the right shapes, and they knew what to do. They were more advanced than us.
On the molecular structure of water. We have those that like to play around with cymatics. There is Peter Davey, a saxophone player who invented a device that boils water with sonic waves. The innovative use of sound coupled with water seems to have no end. So much so that in recent times, biologists are discovering that ultrasonic water can even treat the most resistant of infections and heal wounds at rapid pace. And in a future where electromagnetism was harnessed with the utmost innovation.
Look at that, dude.
Water.
Look how beautiful that is, right, Bill? This is some nice architecture right here. All this shit he's showing. He finds some good stuff. I love Iwar.
Sound and frequency had to have a major role to play. And of course it did.
Wow, look at that. Where is that, Bill? Do you know where that is?
I don't. It could be Prague.
Prague.
I'm gonna say like Central Europe. Romania.
What is that, a lion?
Those
like
fountains.
A double-bodied lion with one head.
Those fountains should be really telling. I mean, when I do cities, I try to get something really iconic, right? I mean, and those fountains are really iconic. I'm gonna say Prague, but it could be like Romania.
It's amazing though. Look how
Yeah.
beautiful it is. But
I
it's
wonder if
like, what the hell are they doing?
You look for
this
clues.
This guy looks like he's washing his butt.
Yeah.
Right? Like he has his hand like back between his legs, like he's washing his ass. This dude over here.
Ask the chat.
Yeah, what do you guys see?
Anybody in the chat? Do you know what city this is?
Does anyone know what this is? He's probably gonna tell us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But he might not.
Wanted us to know they did. And not just the water here on Earth. They were telling us to look up and above. They wanted us to know
Hold on.
that what they had achieved.
I love this part. He's showing you the statues are pointing up. They're telling us to look up. They're giving us a hint. The people from before that made these statues, whoever was here that built the civilization, is trying to tell us it's up there. The answer is up there.
Right here on Earth was only possible because they had studied what existed above. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament and divided the
Frank said it's a city in Alderaan.
waters which were
But I don't think so. He's laughing.
under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. Some criticize the King James translation of the Bible for its use of the word firmament. But in the original Hebrew, the word is rakia, which translates directly as firmament. In the New International Version, it is called the vault. In the English Standard Version, it is an expanse. In the Good News Translation, it is dome.
Yep, it's dome. That's one I was reading the other day. I seen it in the Catholic version that my girl has.
What is important, however, is that in all translations and in the original Hebrew, the notion of the firmament or vault separating the waters above from the waters below.
When I see this diagram, Bill, this one, I mean, we've seen it a lot, right? But it's weird how it's like a circle. It's a sphere. It's flat on the top where we live, but it still goes under the water. And then you have the Sheol, you have the Great Deep. And the Bible talks about all this stuff, the Great Deep and all this shit. So, but the stars, the moon, and the sun are within the firmament. Okay? Everything's within the firmament. There's waters above the firmament, and we can't get out. So I kind of like this one, but I don't like how, I don't know. I mean, it would be awesome if it was just flat, right? But we know that we have all this shit under us, like in our research, right? We know better than that. We look into the ground and we try to look what's under there. I mean, they've only dug 8 miles deep.
Yeah, that's as far as they can go. I think the distance above is limited and the distance below is limited, and I think it's an equal amount, like 7 miles up or 7 miles.
If you keep going up as far as you can go, eventually you get to a point where it's too cold and you can't breathe, right? You have no oxygen. They made it. God made it so we can't get out. We're not supposed to get out. You know, that's why you go up so high and you can't breathe and you get cold. You can't breathe water. We don't have gills. So, yeah, I mean, if God wanted us to get out, we'd be able to probably swim out. You know, we'd probably be able to just get right out. We can't.
Does not change and remains consistent. There is water above
I see this
our
right
realm.
here. This looks like a sailboat on the bottom of a sailboat on the outside of the firmament, scratching across it. That's what it looks like. Like it's a bottom of a boat sailing across the firmament.
I think you can enter
and scratching. Yeah,
you know what else it looks like? It looks like you're in an aerial view looking down on a speedboat on a lake. Like if you were like 5 miles above a speedboat looking down onto it.
Yeah, if it was like lighting up blue or something. Yeah. It does. It looks like a boat going across the water. That's the sky. That's not a boat going across the water. That's in the sky.
Telescope is an interesting instrument, both at once an apparatus for discovery and simultaneously a weapon of deceit. There are two primary types of telescope, the refractor and the reflector. A refractor uses an objective lens, usually a convex lens. And a reflector utilizes a single or a combination of curved mirrors to reflect light and form an image. Many reflector telescopes use either a concave mirror or a parabolic mirror. This is what a reflection looks like in these mirrors. The eyes we were born with, and which...
He's good, Bill. I try to figure out how I could make videos like this, you know? He just showed you how you look in the mirror and shit. Like, that's good, dude. He's good. However he thought of that, I don't know, but he's good. Like, it's almost like a teacher, right? Like, like a professor, you know? He's, like, teaching us. He's like, look, I put it in I'll show you in the mirror. This is a convex lens. Like, he's teaching, you know? It's a lot of truth. It's a lot of knowledge in these EWAR videos. I enjoy them. I think I enjoy these just as much as John Levy. I enjoy John Levy too, and Bill Miller. Bill Miller is up there with John Levy and Ewart now. In my book, actually, I'm only sub to those three people: John Levy, Ewart, and Bill Miller.
He didn't do it. Alderaan is Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. Alderaan.
Yeah,
that. I wonder what's up with Ewar. I mean, how come we don't know him, you know?
Funny.
He talked to me on Odyssey once or twice.
Oh, he did? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because I asked his permission to, before I mirrored a few of his videos a long time ago. So I know I got his permission.
Sure.
And he wrote back to me, and he seems like a really nice dude.
I mean, you can get a real sense of somebody, you know, talking with them or seeing them, you know.
He uses different names. Like he doesn't.
His name's not Ewar.
He's very mysterious. He's very mysterious about the way he communicates with people. Yeah. But the best way to get in touch with him is
Odyssey.
Right, Odyssey. Yeah, that's the best way to get in touch with people now, because whoever is on Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that many subs, right? Because no one has that many subs on, and you don't get that many messages on Odyssey, right? You might get like 1,000 messages on YouTube, and you don't even look at them all because it's just way too many. But on Odyssey, you get like 3 messages, and you go on Odyssey, you're like, oh, who left me a message? Like, what's going on? And you see it. And Odyssey seems to be better with the notifications too. That's another reason why I stream on Odyssey, because people see that I'm streaming on Odyssey, and then they come over to YouTube and watch it. You know, YouTube doesn't even give the people the notification. You see it on Odyssey when you go over there to check your Odyssey, and you see that I'm on, and then you're like, oh, Odyssey. Thank Odyssey for giving out the notification, letting people know. Yeah, right now we're on Odyssey. Shout out to Odyssey.
We see the world through our convex lenses. We do not witness the world through curved mirror reflections. This is Jupiter as seen through a reflected Newtonian telescope. And despite the slight spherical distortion caused by the reflected mirrors, this is still not what NASA has shown us. Your mind immediately sees a planet, because you have been programmed since birth to associate an image like this with the notion of a planet. Just in the same way you associate the moon with a ball of rock by default. But as you can see here, both refracting and reflecting telescopes produce images similar to the Nikon P900. The Nikon lenses have been criticized by some astronomers as lacking the power to really see the luminaries above. But as you can see here, there is not much difference between the Nikon and both types of telescope. And in each we see that Jupiter is radiating some kind of light of its own. Both amateur and professional astronomers present footage such as this.
Nice, we have 4 people.
But look
people
what
on
happens
Odyssey.
next.
5. I'm saying what's up. 6 people on Odyssey.
The astronomers here are using imaging processing software to turn their raw images and footage, which display a circular object in the sky above us radiating its own light, into a NASA-style planet. And this type of doctored, processed image is not what we see with our own eyes through these lenses. I am not saying that this is deliberate deception. Astronomy is a practice of its own, but it is very important to never confuse the highly edited images and footage we receive with reality. And it is all relative. They are usually the astronomers with the paid sponsorship from magazines and websites. It is also important to know that what we call planets are not actually planets. They are wondrous similar.
I love this. I love it. Syngeman, you see this right here with the stars spinning around? That's what we need, dude, for Late Night Live, dude. We need this type of logo with the firmament. You see?
Moon. Unlike the rest of the stars above our firmament, their course and their paths consistently make around Polaris. And the reason for this is because they are not located within the waters beyond the firmament. They are very different, and their function is way more occult, and their significance to life here on Earth much more important than we realize. We will be returning to the true nature of the so-called planets and moon later. Back to the waters.
Nice.
Arcturus is one of the brightest stars in the sky. Here is Science Magazine's artistic impression of the star.
Yeah, I looked it up. Arcturus is one of the brightest stars in the sky. I think it is the brightest star in the sky.
Here is Arcturus as seen through a refracting telescope. There is no resemblance. What we see through this telescope footage.
So that ball is what they're telling us the stars look like, and this is what the actual star looks like with a telescope. Okay?
Is really similar to what we see when you zoom in on the stars above with a powerful Nikon camera. Many criticize the refracting telescope Chromatic aberration is a failure. The result can be purple fringing, and we see that here. Photographs can suffer from chromatic aberration. Interestingly, the Nikon does not produce the same chromatic aberration when zooming in on Arcturus. Therefore, you could say that the Nikon is actually more reliable and stable. Through both the telescopic lens and the Nikon, Arcturus is pulsing, shifting, rippling. It is dancing geometry. Many will jump up from their seats and exclaim, it's because of atmospheric distortion and light pollution. It's because Arcturus is so far away. But if it is atmospheric distortion, then why do all the stars display their own unique geometry and light patterns?
I love it. I love it. So every star has its own unique geometry and light patterns. You get what he's saying? They're not the same. No two stars are the same. They're all
It's
unique,
like the one
like we
I
are.
filmed.
Almost like
with a crappy camera.
It's like they're alive, Singe. Yeah. It's like they're alive, right? If you think about it, it's a trip. I hear you typing away over there, Singe. What are you working on? I hear some typing in. All right, let me go.
They should all distort in a unified, consistent manner. It is not atmospheric distortion. The stars are pockets of sonoluminescence in the water above. They are self-illuminating, radiating their own light and frequencies in the waters above. Our own convex lensed eyes tell us that there is some kind of water above. We see it in the stars and when rockets accidentally hit the firmament. And, like I said before, just because the so-called planets or wandering stars and the moon appear spherical does not mean they are. They are not synonymous with the stars in the water beyond. They are something else entirely.
You hear that? Just because they appear spherical does not mean that they are.
Our advanced predecessors wanted us to watch the stars. They wanted us to understand that electromagnetic vibration.
She's like, look up at the stars.
And frequency produce pockets of sonoluminescence in the waters above.
Now that is important. So vibrations of frequency creates pockets of sonoluminescence in the waters above. And it's almost like when God said in the beginning, when God said, let there be light. And then the whole thing just reverberated. Everything just started lighting up, and that's how it happened. It's sonoluminescence.
They were pointing it out because they wanted us to know that water was the key to unlocking the real potential of electromagnetic energy. They wanted us to know that once harnessed, the ethereal electromagnetic energy could be fused with water, so it could be stored and distributed. And once produced, the water could be manipulated, enhanced, and elevated to a level of new possibilities through the use of vibration and sound itself. Their civilization depended on the industry of what we will call the living one, enabled them to transform the entire earth possible because
boom, it enabled them to turn the entire earth into a power grid. Okay, because they knew how to do this with the cymatics in the water. They could turn the entire earth into a power grid. Look at it. Look how technically advanced it is. Look at the star fort right there. It's shaped like a perfect star. You see that? Boom, look at this thing. It looks like a main component on a computer piece, like on a computer board, like the processor or something right there.
of water. The civilization of the future was an electromagnetic water world. Canals are no great secret. They are found everywhere across our realm, both the great and the small. Most of the great canals around our Earth are connected to the ocean. Salt water is an excellent conductor of electricity. Sodium chloride is ionized. We have the Corinth Canal, connected to the Aegean Sea. We have the Panama Canal that connects both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The Suez Canal connects with the Mediterranean.
Mandela flood. We got to do it. We got to go back for a sec. Hold on. I don't want to mess it up, but I want to get it. The Panama Canal goes north to south. Most people remember it was east to west, right? Yeah, you guys know the song, right? The Panama Canal goes north to south now. Most people remember it was east to west. So there you go. So that was a connecting the mud flood and the Mandela effect. Hold on, we're gonna get back to that, but I gotta get it up. I gotta get it up at least one time. Boom. Mandela flood. All right. Panama Canal.
The Suez Canal connects with the Mediterranean Sea. And there is the Caspian Sea and Black Sea major oceanic networks. All of the canals built before the 1920s were not built by us or those in the history books. We inherited them. And while the official narrative tells us that the Volga Don was finished during the 1950s, its construction actually began back in the 16th century. All narratives surrounding the construction of these canals is purely fabricated, and I will show you how much later in our journey. Once you start paying attention, it becomes very evident that most continents and countries...
It's like, what you mean, Ewar, once you stop paying attention? I've been paying attention this whole time. I love this stuff. So, yeah, what is he showing here? It's like stopping it for a minute. See what's going on. Taking it all in. What's up, Jason Starr?
feature a combination of canals and rivers that span the entirety of the land itself. The citizens of the old world utilize the oceans and rivers to create a grid of interconnected waterways to provide water to all of their areas of habitation. In order to pass difficult sections and keep the supply going, they would build aqueducts and viaducts. Sometimes these were constructed with the purpose of energizing the water as it passed through and into different areas. And that is why many were designed with symmetrical archivolt structures. The Romans did not build these structures. The entire infrastructure of so many cities found across our realm are designed around canal systems. Look at Amsterdam from above.
Wow. Look at Amsterdam from above, dude. Look at that. That is amazing. What do you think, Bill? Amsterdam from above. I never seen it. I've seen this video, but I haven't paid attention to this part. Look how flat it is all the way in the back. Look, it's flat all the way, flat, and it's a computer board. It's flat.
It's a computer board,
and it's a computer board, dude. It's flat, and it's a fucking computer board.
Precise geometric grid lines here are not roads. They are canals. And the sole purpose was to supply water from one area to another. The water was stored and manipulated for a variety of purposes in reservoirs, water towers, pumping stations, cisterns, and other structures.
You see how that pumping station was like right in the water? Let me see if I can get it back.
The infrastructure of so many cities found across our realm are designed around canal systems. Look at Amsterdam from above. The precise geometric grid lines here are not roads, they are canals. And the sole purpose was to supply water from one area to another. The water was stored and manipulated for a variety of purposes.
The water was stored and manipulated. Stored and manipulated for a variety of purposes.
In reservoirs.
You see how the tech, it goes right into the fucking water. It's in the water. You see the tower, the conical roof, whatever you want to call that. It's in the water. And it almost looks like those melted mountains you were showing the other day, Bill. The ones that you showed like a mountain on Jen's show that was melted. It was like this, like cones. A bunch of them almost looked like a bunch of cones melted together almost. One of them you showed looked like that to me. It was one of the pictures you had, Bill. You said you didn't know where it was, but you've been storing them away. I don't know. It was melted, though. Didn't look like this. This one's not melted. But I can see these shapes inside those melted,
water towers,
rock formations,
pumping stations,
right there it goes. Pumping station. I missed it again.
Structures. The water also functioned to.
That pumping station was awesome. Yo, look at this thing on the right. Gold dome right there. Gold dome on the right. Look how all the water goes underneath everything.
Provide necessary balance. A complex grid of electromagnetic production, distribution, and consumption would generate a lot of heat and magnetism. Water provided not only a balance of diamagnetism, but also ensured the entire grid did not overheat. When looking at all the magnificent generators and other instruments of power from the old world, we can always find water.
Wow, look at that, dude. That thing sticking up right there in the middle. It's huge, dude. It's like it looks like tech, dude. It's all techy on the edges and spiky. And it's got these archways. They're called something. He said what the word was for these things that are hanging out. I've never seen a building like that around here. That's amazing. Buttresses. That's what they're called. Flying buttresses or something like that. These things.
Water nearby, or the remains of water storage. Sometimes this is hidden primarily underground. Many do not realize that many so.
And Bill, this goes along with your theory that there's water under the ground and that they flooded us from below. The water, they took the water from below and flooded everything. Because look at this.
Called Victorian cisterns and reservoirs run very far under a lot of our cities. And other times it is a central characteristic.
Are you muted, Bill? I don't think I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had myself.
I see your mouth moving.
The system's
I
underground.
wasn't sure if you were, if you wanted to be muted.
No, I think I was the one making the noise with the typewriter.
No, I wasn't sure if you were trying. Oh, I didn't care about that. I thought Cinch was working on a freaking. He's always working on something down there. While he's on the show, like he comes up with like doodles and shit. Like MK Ultra was on the show, and he just made MK Ultra's name like in different colors, like go across the screen, like he was in like it was high school, like he was like doodling on his paper, like not paying attention. You know what I mean?
The feature of these structures, an example of which is what the controllers have redesignated as castle moats. The electromagnetic water grid was not just an energized version of cities and towns.
Whoa, look at that, dude. I don't have shit like this over here. What is this, Russia? It looks
India.
like Russia. What do you think?
India.
Russia? India?
India.
Oh, wow.
I have that in the video that I just posted earlier today.
The same spot.
That same building.
Dude, look how
the
blue
same,
that water is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indy is kind of beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
They try to make us think it sucks there. Look at it. It's fucking beautiful.
Later, when you got free time tomorrow, Raish, you should check out my latest video.
I will. I'll do it when I'll watch it right when we get out of here. You know,
It's called Olden Days Architecture is the name of the video. It's the one at the top of the list.
I'll check it out. I seen one pop up earlier that said high quality video of something, and it was like
high resolution,
drone video or something.
Yeah,
that one was good. And I seen, what was it on Jen's channel? You guys had some really high resolution stuff.
Dude, I figured it out. right before I went on our show, I was trying to figure out how to share photos because remember, you and I had always kind of struggled with that.
What, on Google Photos, Google Drive?
Sharing photos, in a live stream. But I figured it out right before a show. It's ready to go, dude. I mean, I could pull up one picture that I could, but roll them. I can just show you how to do it. It's super easy.
Yeah. What? Just have pictures ready to go?
Well, I mean, yeah. So, but you can zoom in on them while you're in the live stream.
The high resolution photos that you can zoom in on. That's what I need. I need to know how to do that. Yeah, Jen was telling me to use Yandex. Jen was telling me to use Xanax, no, Yandex, and I tried to use it, and it wouldn't let me zoom in on it. So,
well, I mean that's for collecting the photos, but then sharing the photos in a live stream, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can zoom in on the photos that I got. I figured out how to do it. I just used I just bring it up on my computer, right? And I roll it in. Do you know the little roll thing on the mouse? The little thing that rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just roll it up and down. It zooms in and zooms out, but it doesn't do it on like when I'm online. Like if I'm on DuckDuckGo, it won't do it. Only if I have the photos in my computer, it does it. I can zoom in, but it's not that high quality. Like it's grainy. It's grainy when I zoom in. When you guys zoom in, you guys get like high resolution stuff, and you zoom right in, and it looks good. I got to figure out how to do that. You need to show me how to do that.
Much more. It was way more magnificent, impressive, and futuristic. Could even
look at that. Just look at that for a minute. Look at that building in the water right there. Look, it's straight across. It goes out, and then it's got that. Look at from above. It's like if these people didn't have airplanes and they were like so, like built these with like picks and axes and stuff and horse and buggies, then. First of all, you wouldn't build this with a horse and buggy. There's no fucking way. But second of all, how do they see this type of pattern to make it like that, the landscape, if they couldn't get in the sky to see it from above?
Yeah. And why would they do that? And why would they do that? I mean, who was so wealthy that they could just start doing this if you follow the mainstream timeline? I mean, in the 1600s, come on.
Yeah, and they probably just used a frequency that shot across the land right there and put everything like that in the design. It was probably just like, like what they were doing with the water, making it shape like that. They probably have some sort of tech that just did it. It's crazy. With frequencies, vibrations, and water.
Imagine. The grid was connected to central, bigger power stations, or what is more appropriately termed star stations.
Star stations.
Sometimes these were isolated stations, and other times they comprised entire cities. We are going to have to fly to a higher altitude for this. I need to show you. Hold on tight now and keep your eyes open. Look.
I'll get it right now for you. That's musicians for I love it how he shows all these different. This is everywhere, all over the planet, everywhere, all over the plane. I should say, not planet, plane. Sigil like a satanic star. There's no way that was like not done. Like they did it. Turin. Turin, that's the Shroud of Turin. That's where the shroud that they that they wrapped Jesus in when they beat him.
The sole existence, let alone construction, of these star structures is almost beyond our comprehension. As you saw, they are found everywhere across our realm, with undeviating geometric consistency. A wondrous impossibility. Perhaps they had some kind of technology that allowed them to view huge areas of land from above while planning and building. They were never thoughts. That is a fairy tale invented by our controllers. The stunning geometric precision and symmetry of the star structures would most likely have functioned to enhance the power of the generators and to etherize the water, or turn the water into living, energized water.
Living water, Bill. The living water, remember?
Yeah.
You brought it up on the last stream. One of
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what he's getting into it. He's getting into the living waters right now. The waters below, right? Underneath the chapels where there's labyrinths, right? And then there's living waters.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It's a trip. And look at this shit. And some people think this is all one big Mandela effect. Star forts, remember when we were studying the Mandela effect, like in 2016 when star forts popped up, everyone said that was a Mandela effect. Everyone was like, star forts it's listed as a Mandela effect. No one's ever heard of star forts before. Now they're popping up everywhere. Now Tartaria, now this whole history, this whole different history is coming into our reality. And at first it seemed a little weird when people first started telling me about Tartaria and all these different Atlantis and all these different places and different histories and stuff. I thought it was weird. I thought it was like fake or something, But now it's starting to like gets cemented in almost like it's real. This is the real history now. All of a sudden, if the other history is fake, the history that they told us is fake. Now this is real. It's amazing. It's like, are they doing it on purpose to shift our paradigm? As Singe would say, what happened to Singe? He drop off. He'll be back.
We can see from comparing some of these ruined sites, and some left a little more intact, that water would have been present throughout the structure. Before the controllers destroyed and drained most of these structures, they were full of water. They were connected to rivers and canals and the oceans. They were a key component of the entire power grid. The star structures are fractals of symmetrical geometry, just like many of the ceilings of these huge energy generators. And, like the acoustic cavity magnetrons and resonators, the symmetrical sharp diagonal walls would have caused the ions to perpetually vibrate. Old plans and illustrations, which have no doubt been edited or manipulated in some way or another, offer suggestion as to how complex, integrated, and essential the star geometry was to the entire grid.
Star geometry. Boom, baby. You hear what he said? Star geometry.
Exactly.
Star geometry was... So basically, there must be a study of star geometry now, right? Where people are studying the geometric shapes that the stars make and keeping track of them, right?
Right.
And that's probably how they figured all this out. They probably figured this out by doing that, by looking up at the sky, like the statues are pointing up at the sky, telling us to look up at the stars and look at the different patterns so we could do it down here.
Sure.
All right.
I like it.
Look at Paris here. It isn't obvious, but upon closer inspection, we come to realize that the entirety of Paris was itself and like with everything else constructed in the old world, these structures were at once functional and a celebration of the source of their innovation. Look closer at the star geometry here. Can you see the resemblance? The snowflake. Do you remember what happened in Masaru Emoto's experiment on water? Ethereal vibration expressing itself through water's molecular structure.
That's where the Mandela flood comes in, Jason Starr. The star forts, you know what I'm saying? It's all connected. The star forts of Mandela. This is mud flood research. We're researching star forts in the mud flood. Just trying to point that out.
Yeah, it's everything, dude. Yeah.
You know,
it's everything, right?
I'm making a connection here.
It's everything.
Bill, they didn't want me to connect the mud flood and the meltology communities, but I think since we've done our epic streams and we connected them, I think it's been better off. I think they're getting along better than probably they were before the streams. Like, they're starting to work their differences out. I can tell things are starting to go good for them. You know what I mean? They're starting to just whatever.
Since that happened, I've constantly been reaching out to everybody. You know, it's like, think about us back then. I mean, that was pretty powerful.
We were epic.
We were covering everything. You know.
I know. I lost like 4 of the streams. I still got them up around, but YouTube blocked one recently. One of the older ones blocked it. I don't know why. Just something. They're making new guidelines and taking away old videos now for me. But yeah, you know, once I get monetized, things will change. Enjoy those videos while you can.
Dude, there's stuff that you can do ahead of time if you know you want to do that. I mean, if you start doing little stuff here and there, you'll be spot on, and when it happens.
I'll have to change a lot of the music, and
I was kind of behind when I went for it. you know, I was like, man, I could have been doing some of this stuff already, but you know,
Yeah,
you get through it.
I'm moving up to 600 subs soon. I think I'm hoping I get to 550, so I can. I think that's where they let you post in the community section again. Is that like 550? So
We'll get you there, dude. I mean, we'll get you there. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm on Jen, I mean, we'll be on Jen's tomorrow. That last live stream that she and I did is at 1,000 views.
Yeah.
And people are already in the chat section for tomorrow's show.
Sailing Fan Man gets a lot of views. When I was on he's got like 1.2 thousand.
Mhm.
I checked last, but that one video that Martin did for me, it's like 600 views now. It's awesome. I never had a video with that many views. You know, it's just me and Cinch. We did good on Ben. We nailed the nails in the coffin of Ben Franklin. He's done.
Oh yeah.
So the old world had perfected this science. They knew the key to releasing electromagnetism's potential was through sound and water. Just imagine what they were able to achieve. Sound, vibration, and frequency was just as integral to the success of their technology as water was. Those of the old world did not hide their adoration for sound. Traces of this love for sound are everywhere. These structures were literally instruments of power.
Oh, I love it.
Or as a
Cymatics, dude. Cymatics, you see it? That's the same shape that's in the stars. That's in the everything we've been looking at tonight. It's right there. It's right on the church. Everywhere. I love it.
Goethe put it so succinctly elsewhere. Music is liquid architecture. Architecture is frozen music.
Nice.
This is why so many generators, capacitors,
liquid. No, what did he say? That was awesome, dude. Music is liquid architecture. Architecture is frozen
elsewhere.
Right here. Music is liquid architecture. Architecture is frozen music. Listen to that for a minute. That's a trip. So basically, they could make architecture out of freezing sound and cement. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about freezing sound and cement and making architecture that way, just building it that way. It's a trip.
Music is liquid architecture. Architecture is frozen music. This is why so many generators, capacitors, power stations, and intermediates feature holes, pediments, dentils, indentations, and complex 3D ornamentation. They were structural openings to manipulate sound waves, the vibrations and acoustics, so they could tune the electromagnetic energy.
Haven't I been telling you guys this whole time? All those grooves in the buildings are for sound. I've been telling them. I think they think I was crazy, but I've been telling you guys. I've been screaming it that's what all that architecture is for the sound. All these different shapes. It's for the sound vibrations to make energy. People think I'm crazy. Well, look, here it is.
In conjunction with the water, in a variety of ways to achieve different results. They were similar to the aerophone instruments such as the flute, the pipe, the recorder, the bassoon, and the trumpet. The old world revered the geometry of the star because it was through the study of the stars in the waters above that they learned the power of fusing electromagnetism, vibration, and frequency with water itself. They all work harmoniously and in concert with one another. This interconnected and interdependent energetic relationship is what makes the stars and all life itself possible in the first place. Look a little closer at the dancing
This
geometry.
is what makes all life possible in the first place. Did you hear what he just said? That's huge. This is what makes life possible in the first place.
Of the sonoluminescent stars beyond the firmament. Do they remind you of something else? That's right. All electrons
Boom.
are what
Magnetrons. That's what he calls them. Magnetrons, Bill. That's what these things are called. Magnetrons. I was trying to think of the word that they were using. Magnetron.
Magnetron.
Say
Magnetron.
it loud. Magnetron.
Magnetron.
Magnetron. Yeah. Magnetron. It sounds like one of the Voltrons. Magnetron. When they all go together. Yeah. All right.
rose windows were designed to mirror the cymatic patterns of ether's vibrations in water. Artist Tanya Harris was onto something in 2013.
Yeah, Frank, we had some water. They were trying to, at the beginning of this stream earlier, I don't know if you were here, but we had them. They were shaping water with frequencies and making it spin around into different shapes. We showed them doing it with sand a little bit too. Yeah, we got into, we broke it down. We've been breaking it down. This is the last half hour of the breakdown.
When she turned her attention to studying and recording by placing water inside of a loudspeaker, she was able to discover the hidden geometry of these resonant frequencies. The results showed that even the silence within these structures produced strong cymatic patterns. And again, can you see the resemblance? Others have applied the same technique and studied the cymatic patterns displayed when bells chimed within the structures.
I've been trying to tell you guys the bell is a piece of tech. The bell was used to make these things vibrate, to make the sound, to make the frequencies, the bell. They were using the bells and the church organs to change the water. That's why they have bells in churches and organs in all the churches, pipe organs, and water going through.
Look at the patterns. Magnetrons. This is why so many magnificent rose windows resemble cymatic patterns so closely. This is why they look like the petrified pulsations of a star. The entire ceilings of many cathedrals also mirror this sacred cymatic geometry. This is why so many of the structures contain huge bells and chiming clocks.
When I went to Harvard University, Bill, and I didn't go to there to school, but when I went over there to mud flood investigate it, and I was walking around, there's bells just laying around everywhere that look like this with like writing on it and stuff. And they're just like old bells. They just put them on display like it's a statue. It's because they're too big and they're too heavy. They don't want to move them. They're like, one of them says Russia gave it to us. The other one says it came, like they're all gifts from other countries. No, they're not. They were there in the tower where the bells go, and they were using them as tech. You should see that place. The whole place is tech.
Those things are really cool.
Broke them down, and yeah, I love the bells. They just broke them because what the bells creates is a vortex in the middle, in the center. So the bells create a vortex. So they're using some type of vortex technology with the frequencies of the water and the vortex of the bells, dude.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing some serious shit.
Bells would emit powerful vibrations and frequencies and influence an entire area's water supply. The sound would influence the molecular structure of the water, which was then used for a variety of purposes. And that's not all.
Well, Frank, they have frequency weapons now that they could, like a non-lethal, that they can shoot at people and just put them right on their ass with a frequency. So yeah, they probably did have that back then with the bells, or something like it, and they just refined it and made it like more compact for nowadays.
Of these structures also housed another wonder of the world, the king of sound, the organ. Have you ever stopped to look at some of the great organs before? These were constructed by ordinary people in the 19th 18th, 17th, and 16th century. Like the structures they reside in, they are a marvel
I
of
never stopped to look at the organs before. Look at these fucking things. These things are amazing. Look at, there's a cherub down there on the bottom. There's all faces and angels playing trumpets. They're beautiful, man.
And majesty. The most powerful sound instrument in the world. The specific organ sound waves of low and high frequencies would no doubt have enabled those of the old world to manipulate the ethereal energy in ways they saw fit. The magnetron rose windows that would not have contained glass amplified these sound waves, which in turn would influence the molecular structure and properties of the etherized living water. Organs would have had multiple uses, perhaps providing entire towns with specific resonant frequencies for good health and prosperity have been deliberately hidden and withheld from our knowledge. Interestingly, the official history states that the first organs of the world were water organs, in which air is derived by water from a natural source or by a manual pump. No doubt a deceptive half-truth disguising the instrument's true interaction. Most of these structures had areas nearby to store and hold large quantities of water. Many of the structures feature underground cavities or huge cisterns, some of which have been drained and some kept intact. Sometimes the cistern was located apart from and outside of the structure. The controllers have redesignated many of these areas as Roman baths.
Roman baths. They redesignated them as Roman baths. That's crazy.
That's why Bath Cathedral in England is located right next to the Roman baths. The water was also stored in red brick power stations, capacitors, or water towers. Open rectangular sites, reservoirs, wells, and step wells. This is why step wells were constructed with precise geometric patterns. Again, the symmetrical structures here work to encourage oscillation or vibration of the ions. They kept the water electromagnetically charged, and the aqueducts and viaducts would have worked in a similar fashion. It is likely that a lot of the huge electromagnets we see scattered across our realm would have actually straddled passing water, much like we see on the Volga-Don Canal, even though it's unlikely that the Volga Arch is original, and that many roads themselves were constructed during the Great Reset. It is likely that the inheritors of the 19th century were instructed to drain and fill many of the tributaries that once carried water. That's why we see drained castle moats and star stations. Perhaps that's what a lot of the surplus mud we see during this period was used for. Perhaps a lot of homes and buildings.
Look at all the mud, dude. That's all mud. What's up with that? See all the mud? Well, Bill, we're back into the mud again.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's muddy.
Constructed with underground chambers to store their own personal.
Look how many levels under the ground that is, dude. That's like they dug it out. Look at it. Underground chambers. It's a whole other building under there. People try to say we're crazy. Look, it's a whole other building. Well, I don't think anybody tries to say you're crazy. People try to say I'm crazy, Bill. But yeah, look, I'm not. You see them digging it out? Look, they have horses in there and shit. There's bricks over there on just red bricks in the dirt.
Supply of living water. And these areas were destroyed, filled in, vast amounts of mud during the 19th century. The use of
Oh, wow. So they were filled in, hidden, buried with mass amounts of mud on purpose. That's what he's saying. That's what I got out of it.
Electromagnetism, sound waves, and water would have had endless applications and uses in the old world, most of which we will never know about. But many structural remains do offer a lot of clues. The abundance of remarkable and impossible stately homes, halls, and manors found throughout our realm all point to the mass-scale farming practices of the old world. We travel miles to marvel at their beauty and grandeur. But more impressive than the structures themselves are their gardens and the gardens. We have the Palace, Palace, the Royal Palace of Caserta, Nymphenburg Palace, Herrenhausen Palace. Even today, they still retain much of their splendor.
That was the flat earth asterisk back there, by the way.
Brilliant. But it's when we look at some of the old
wow, look at that
areas,
dude,
that we realize
that one is a pyramid with the eyeball on the top, dude. Look at that.
It
look
sure
at that,
is.
Bill. Hold on, am I
Yeah.
at the right part? Yeah. What the fuck? How did they do that, dude? That almost looks like a U.S. That's just a drawing, though. Again, where is this? You know what I mean? What is this a drawing? Oh, did somebody just draw this, or is somebody pulling out like here? Is this a real place? You know what I mean? Is there really a place like this, or was they just get really good artists to do this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, all we really have from before photographs is just depictions, you know? We assume that they're depicting what they see. You know, in many cases they are, but you know, we have to use more discernment.
Wow. You made me think, Bill, because like yeah. What if they were psyoping us with depictions even back then? Like they were just using depictions to trick everybody. Like, hey, this is what your world looks like, you know. Before the globe, before they could even say it was a ball, they were probably showing people fake maps and shit, you know? Because like unless you have an airplane or something to get up there yourself and figure out what the land masses look like and shit like that, you don't know if they're telling us the truth about anything. You get in an airplane, you sit in an airplane, right? You get in, you can't see shit. It's like you're sitting in a tin can or something with windows, but you really can't see shit, right? It's all, you know, fishbowl windows and shit, right? And fisheye lens windows and shit. So you really can't tell shit when you're up there. You go up, they show you a map on the fucking GPS in front of you, like on your little screen where you could like look where you might be. And it like kind of shows you a line where the airplane is, and it makes you feel comfort because you're in the sky, and you look at the thing and you're like, oh, that's where I am. You know, it like gives as a human being, it gives you a thought in your mind, like a place where you could be, right?
Right.
But
I question how fast they're going.
I question everything, dude. You might not even be in that spot where they're telling you are.
Yeah.
It might not even look like that at all.
Yeah.
You might just go sit in a plane and then 2 hours later you just end up someplace else and they just let you out. You don't know how you know, unless there's probably some kind of.
I think that jets are probably only going about 100 miles an hour.
Really, I heard. Yeah, they say they go
very
500.
slow. No, I don't think that they're going that fast. No. I think they're actually like glorified old airships. You know, they're just but they figured out how to make them go like about 100 miles an hour. I don't think you have, because when you see planes taking off and landing, I think that's about how fast they're going the entire time. And I don't think this realm is as big. Well, the land masses that we know, I don't think they're as big as what they're telling us, because you can get to places pretty quickly, even just going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. I mean, if the world was spinning at 1,000 miles per hour at the axis, right, in the middle of the equator, right, you should be able to like get in a helicopter and hover up and stay in the same spot for 24 hours, and then it should come back around to where you were. You shouldn't have to move at all, you know?
Dude, that was my go-to back in like when I was 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And that was the first time. I mean, that was the first time that I was presented with a globe.
Yeah.
Somebody said I was about 16, and my friend was just coming home from his first year in college, and he had an astronomy class. And he came one day. He had the skateboard ramp, and he went over there, and he's like, "Hey, did you know we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour?" And I was like, even then, I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour. And I said, if that's true, you could just take a helicopter and hover it over the ground, exactly.
Yeah.
That was my go-to. That was my immediate. That was the first time I was ever hit with it, and that was my go-to was helicopters.
They said that the helicopter. Their excuse is the helicopter doesn't go high enough to do that. You have to go higher. You have to go much higher than a helicopter can go.
So stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. What? I mean, they're not going to give us anything that goes higher than a helicopter to try to figure it out. So I don't know. All right, I'm gonna press play.
How otherworldly these sites were. They were never constructed to house the elite. They were the farms of old. Look at the gardens. They are cymatic gardens.
Cymatic gardens.
Even from these old illustrated plans, we can see just how gargantuous these farms were. Microcosmic grid systems, suggestive of the entire larger power grid itself. The cymatic gardens were likely grids cultivated with sound and the living water to grow food.
You hear that? These were grids cultivated with sound with the living waters. That's beautiful. I love it. I don't care if it's true or not. I love it. It sounds.
Who knows what else? Even contemporary.
No, it's probably true. It probably is true. When I first started getting into this research, it blew my fucking mind because I was like, "This is true. This shit is fucking true." You know. At first, you're like, "That sounds a little nuts," but then when you really look at it, it's true.
Scientists openly acknowledge that sound waves strongly influence the growth of fruit, vegetables, and crops. And to this day, some of these structures retain a lot of their glory when viewed from above. The Palace of Versailles, a wondrous geometric marvel, a collection of impossible structures, extraordinary cymatic gardens, and water systems. Let's venture closer into the Palace of Versailles and have a look. Hold on now.
Nice.
Wait, what? This is not the Palace of Versailles. I really need to fix this thing. It's been acting up.
You like what he did there? He made it look like it glitched, right? He put an effect and he was like, "Hold on," and he made it look all glitchy. And then he was like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is not the Palace of Versailles."
Do you think he does this by himself?
I think so, but I don't know where he gets this information from. This is amazing shit. I mean, there's a lot of people who say like, "Oh, he got the information from me." There's people in my chat that are like, he borrowed the information from me or whatever. But I'm just like, I tell them like, it's all of our information, man. It's like a collective. We're all we're all in this together. We're all trying to put the pieces together. Nobody owns the information. You know what I mean? It's the way you present it. If you can present it like him in a way that people will understand what you're saying, then you're good. If you try to, you could have the same information and figure it out yourself, and you try to present it in the wrong way, and people won't understand you, and people will think you're nuts.
It's the power of film, right?
Yeah, that too. The editing, the way you edit the film and what you show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very powerful.
I look at it now, like at first, when I first started editing videos and figuring this shit out, I was having like, I didn't really know what to do, man. I mean, my ex-girlfriend taught me how to edit a little bit. She went to college for it up in Ithaca, New York, and she taught me how to edit video a little bit, and she's pretty good at it. She went to school for it, you know. And I went up there for a couple months and hung out. And I was rapping in the recording studio and the padded rooms and everything up there. And, yeah, Ithaca, New York. Cornell University. They have like a media school, and they have like all kinds of shit. I was going up there and recording. I recorded albums up there, and she edited them for me. And then she was teaching me some video editing, and I forgot what I was saying, but yeah. So so I look. I remember. Yeah, I look at it like it's driving a car. Like, like when they first teach you how to drive a car, they tell you like you don't want to make any sudden moves or jerk the car around, and if you have passengers in the car, you want to drive nice and smooth. You don't want to freak people out, about your driving. So it's kind of like that. Like when you're running these streams, it's like you're driving a car. You got 500 passengers with you, and you want to make it a smooth ride, as smooth as possible.
Are we? Wait a minute. I recognize this place. Memories from a long time ago. This is Chatsworth House in the Peak District, England. Oh well, this should do. Come on, let's see what we can find. Chatsworth House was completed in 1708, we are told. Its story, much like the story of the entire Peak District, is a fabrication, a complete lie. The place has changed much over the years. It is situated beneath two large bodies of water, the Emperor and Swiss Lake. The water from the lakes is channeled across a broken aqueduct before falling 79 feet and meandering gently down the hill.
Hold on. It falls 79 feet. The water falls 79 feet, and then it goes gently down the hills into this. Perfect. Like they designed it perfect.
In complex waterways and running right into Chatsworth Estate. The waters feed the estate's own and a multitude of complex tunnels beneath the...
You see what he did here? He tracked the waterways, like all the way through wherever he lives. Dude, if we track the waterways like the way he does into the little streams and everywhere it goes, I bet you we could figure some shit out.
Yeah.
Estate and the structure itself. Due to the estate's repurposing, much of this remains hidden, but you can see the tunnels quite clearly here, snaking their way down. It is one interconnected water system. Waterways deliver themselves into waterfalls at the impressive rockery before continuing on their journey. All of the water gathers into a central fountain. The water then continues underground until it pours into the River Derwent, a 66-mile-long tributary of the River Trent, which runs throughout the Peak District. While much of the estate has undergone some serious restoration, which is actually a fancy, 20 deceptive word for criminal gutting and destruction of technology, there are a lot of haunting remains of its former glory. It is important to note that unlike many of the huge energy generators, Chatsworth House was probably partially occupied. By farmers, that is.
You know what's awesome about this, Bill? I mirrored this on my other channel, Michelle L., and they took the whole channel down, you know, and I lost it. I wanted to put this back up on my channel because this is EWAR Lost History of Flat Earth number 5. It's like a really good one, you know. This was one of my favorite ones that I ever watched him do. I wanted to make sure it was on my channel again.
Central engine was located off-site and has been subsequently removed and repurposed as a larder to store hunted game. This magnificent, gorgeous structure would have functioned as a small generator, which also contained a small engine in its center. It was repurposed as the stables. The horses of the 19th century clearly lived better lives than most of the population.
The horses live better than I do.
On top of the hill next to the Emperor and Swiss Lake, we can see the quadruple capacitor or water tower. This was repurposed as a hunting tower.
He calls it a quadruple capacitor, Bill. Quadruple. So what we learned 2 words tonight.
Right.
Capacitor. Yeah. So
Capacitor.
we have magnetron, right? What was it? Magnetron was the other one, right? Magnetron.
Yeah.
Magnetron and quadruple capacitor. Now when I go on, like, I'll be on Gen Stream and I'll be like, yeah, that's a magnetron. People will be like, oh shit. They're like, yo, I'll be selling for a man. I'll be like, look, that's a quadruple capacitor. People will think I'm like so smart now. Watch. It's gonna be awesome. You guys
I know
learn
there's
these
something
words.
to it. That's something to it. I mean, you gotta like have a delivery.
You gotta learn. Yeah, you gotta have these. You gotta pick up on these words. I think he's smart too. On the last one, he showed the cruciform, shape. You know, everything is built. All the cathedrals were built in the shape of the cruciform. I looked up the word cruciform. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the word. So he knows words that either he's making them up or they're just not well known in their very old words. I don't know where he's learning this stuff. This is great though. It's great for us.
Stalking the 105-acre grounds, a visitor with eyes to see might spot some unusual sights. One of which is the half-ruined obelisk hidden away in the tangled overgrowth at the bottom of the hill below the lake. The official, controlled history that visitors receive when touring Chatsworth conveniently leaves out any mention of the obelisk. For you see, the hunting tower was not Chatsworth's only capacitor. The entire estate needed constant water storage to fulfill. There are many odd structures dotted around, and there is this, the Cascade, a true little wonder. The Dome, a series of toroidal circles that rise to meet the smaller copper dome, making sure they force a distorted history on you. But, as always, they cannot help themselves. They just have to tell you in their own roundabout controlled manner. As the placard states, water can be made to flow over the roof and out of 13 spouts. Some of these spouts are crafted in the form of immaculate stone dolphins and giant fish. There are even hidden jets in the floor, they tell us. The water is received from the lakes above and is used twice more in its journey to meet the River Derwent below. Once in the South Lawn Fountain, and again the private West Garden. But look closer at what they acknowledge. Each step of the cascade is different from the one below and above it to vary the sound of the falling water.
Wow, they have each step is a different size, a different shape to vary the sound of the falling water. They knew how to shape the steps to make it hit different steps and have different vibrations on almost like a piano hitting a string, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This was allegedly built in 1703. Why would an 18th century people be concerned with varying the sound of falling water? How did they even have the knowledge and skills to manipulate the sound of water like this? And it's everywhere in the estate. The waterways down to rest briefly at ponds and lakes before continuing their journey toward the River Derwent. Their journey is one of such sounds. Our corrupted history, you will never engravings, illustrations, and paintings. How easy it is to lie when there is no photographic or visual evidence, just artistic interpretation.
I love this part. This is the part when he gets into we were just talking about how everything is an etching back then.
Right.
We would never accept illustrations as reliable sources of information today. So why do we accept them as historically accurate? And while these are not to be trusted, devoted browsing their particulars can yield some interesting insights. For instance, the fountain here looks wildly out of proportion, powerfully, and some would claim artistic exaggeration. But if you dig a little deeper, you come constructed in 1843, was able to jet water at a height of 296 feet. What? How? This is the 19th century we're talking about.
Yeah. And 296 feet in the air in the 19th century with no pumps or no electricity or no nothing. How did they do it? How did they shoot water that high back then in the 1800s? It's amazing.
Like I said, they cannot help themselves. Even Wikipedia states that the water power of the fountain found a practical use in generating Chatsworth's electricity. There it is, barely hidden in plain sight. And as we continue browsing these little illustrations,
that is weird. Realize. The globe on Wikipedia has missing pieces. Like they're trying to tell us there's missing lands or something.
Stumble across it. An old engraving of Chatsworth from above. Look at the size of this. Cymatic gardens, rows and rows of crops, large bodies of water that are no longer there. And again, many would claim artistic exaggeration, the unreliability and inaccuracy of illustrations. And rightly so. But when we look at Chatsworth from above on Google Earth, what is this we find? Shadows on the ground across from the river? No. These are the markings of old infrastructure that was torn down.
Boom, baby. All right, old infrastructure that you like it. Wake you up.
Yeah.
Wake everybody up. Look, old infrastructure that was torn down. These are the markings of old infrastructure that they torn down that used to be there. You see, there used to be buildings here, brick buildings, and they knocked them down. You can still see the imprint because they were so strong. The buildings were so good that they couldn't even remove the imprint all the way. Look at that.
You know, there's some places where, like, on ley lines, like you'll have a field full of grass or whatever foliage, you know, but there's these ley lines that are straight through the landscape, but nothing will grow on them. And I think it's because of there's some type of electromagnetics that plants will just never grow upon these lines, even though there's thick plants on one side and thick plants on the other side, but they don't go on the line.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's crazy. How the ley lines, they don't.
I thought of that
there.
when I saw those imprints on the left. I'm wondering if that's grass and it just won't. There's something there.
Nothing will grow there.
Some signature, like a former wavelength or some sort of energy signature that's there that
makes it so the grass just won't grow. No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, there's going to be a road there forever. It's also reminiscent of the lines that are actually on a computer board, because if you look at the computer board, they have lines, ley lines, and shit going across them, metal lines and shit, and they're green. And the grass is green. So
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah,
the circuit boards are green.
Green. The circuit boards are green, and the grass is green. So that's crazy too. All right, let's press play.
The marking suggests there was once the bridge here. A bridge we... Look a little closer. An octagon with the clear outline of an old generator. So yeah, the illustration is a lie. The estate was much, much larger than depicted here. In 2018, there was a heat wave in England, and the old markings of Chatsworth's former glory started appearing in the grounds themselves. They had to acknowledge it. Sometimes mud and lies are not enough to bury the truth. Chatsworth was a huge farm in the old world.
I love it. He said mud and lies are not enough to bury the truth. I try to sound like him sometimes, but I can't. But yeah. I wish I sounded like Ewar. That'd be so cool. I'd be like, the leaves of Southwell. All right, let's go.
As I said before, the illustrations and paintings are not to be trusted. More often than not, they are used as tools of deception against us. But as you see here, they do have a tendency to backfire on the controllers. Just like with the plans of star stations and cities, our own technological access to tools such as Google Earth.
Dude, look at that one. That's crazy. Look, there's a star fort elevated above this star fort. There's a big star fort over here, a little star fort to the left, and there's a bigger. It's all star forts, dude. It's like 1, 2, 3 in a row. Plus, there's another one over here. It's all set up like star forts. You can tell this one's higher up than that one. This one's higher up than that one. This one's a little bit in between them. You can see the elevation. That's crazy. They even made the star forts like elevated, like steps almost, like on the elevation. They could even make the land shaped like that. They were using something to shape the land like this, dude. You could see it. It's not natural. There's straight lines, right angles, and all kinds of shit. It's a Cymatics pattern. They use some sort of frequency to shape the land. I'm starting to think that's how they did it, to make all these different shapes.
Validate these old plans and illustrations as half truths. You can bet good money that even the plans and illustrations are only giving us a fraction of the full picture. Just like here with the plan of Chatsworth. And it's in Chatsworth that we encounter the first of many acts of barbaric desecration by the hands of the enemy. Chatsworth's great conservatory stood immense until destroyed in 1920. It was 84 meters long and 20 meters high, and constructed, they say, in 1840 before the establishment of automatic glass manufacturing.
Look at that. Is that orphans? No. No, some of them are kind of young. I'm always looking for the orphans for some reason. This guy in the middle looks with the beard looks kind of crazy. This dude with the top hat. These three right here in the middle. Then they always have the most prominent ones in the back, like this dude right here is probably the boss. The center back. He's like the top of the pyramid.
Huge interconnected tunnels and water pipes collected under the ground of the structure to provide heating via boilers and hot water. An engineering feat as impossible as the construction of the structure itself. It was designed by Chatsworth's gardener, Joseph Paxton. Paxton is a phantom that haunts the pages of the history books. Paxton's story is one of fortunate circumstance, daring innovation, and success. It is, unfortunately, a dishonest story, an unconvincing fiction. We are told that Paxton secured a gardening role when he was 20 years old, while working at Chiswick Gardens. And it was here that he encountered William Cavendish, the Duke of Devonshire, who was so impressed by young Paxton's horticultural abilities that he hired him as head gardener of Chatsworth House. Paxton is responsible for creating the following: Chatsworth's Arboretum, its rockery, the Emperor Fountain. You remember, the fountain that sprayed water into the at twice the height of Nelson's column. The Great Conservatory. He was responsible for cultivating in the world today. And
what? This dude cultivated the Cavendish
designing
banana.
railway stations all over the Peak District. What a talented and productive young man.
Almost sounds
Paxton,
like Ben Franklin.
His achievements, however, did not end with the banana and the conservatory. The farce doesn't end here. What a tangled web we weave when setting out to deceive. Paxton's success with Chatsworth led him to design.
You know, that's a famous Freemason line that he just said. What a tangled web we weave when we set out to deceive. That's a Freemason quote, dude.
The infamous Crystal Palace of London, just in time for the Great Exhibition of 1851. It was originally constructed in Hyde Park for the fair. It was constructed in just over a year. An engineering feat never again repeated. It was made from more than 1,000 iron bars, and its overall mass comprised of over 4,000 tons of iron. The Chance Brothers Glassworks in Smethwick provided the 300,000 sheets of glass. Remember, this was before automatic glass manufacturing. This is the glassworks in which the glass was produced. A simple maths equation gives us an average of 822 glass panes produced every day, 7 days a week for a year. Right here, Paxton's initial plan sketch for the structure. He went from this to this in a year. Furthermore, the entire Crystal Palace was able to house gigantic trees, and they had to board a lot.
They had gigantic trees inside the Crystal Palace.
I know that was so weird.
This man, it's almost over. Yeah, but yeah, this thing's almost over. But it's like I think it's got like 15 minutes left. But it's good. This last part is good about the trees.
Lots of the glass panes up and cover a lot of the top of the structure during the World's Fair exhibition because the interior of the structure became too hot. Wouldn't Paxton, who designed the Chatsworth Conservatory, know that a huge glass palace would produce immense heat? The entire narrative soon dissolves into stupidity when we realize that...
When we practiced... Yeah. That's weird, Jenny. We gotta look that up. That could be a Mandela effect.
A year later, in 1852, they dismantled the Crystal Palace and moved the entire structure to Sydenham in southeast London, where it was rebuilt with 2 additional huge water towers at either end of the monstrous structure. No photographic evidence of the original Hyde Park Palace.
What?
Just illustrations.
So there's no photographic evidence of this place ever existing. Just illustrations. The Hyde Park Palace.
You know what else they said they did?
Wouldn't the structure have been the focus of many?
I think they moved it. That's the one they said they moved from one place to another and put it back together. But all you have is cartoons.
I think he's going to explain. Yeah, I think that's what he's going to explain right now. I think that's what he's getting into. I know I've seen that before somewhere.
Yeah,
and I think this is where I've seen it now.
Paris.
Yeah. So. Wow. So it's all cartoons that they showed us, that they showed the people even back then, right? And no one's ever really even seen this fucking place for sure. No one even knows if this ever existed. That's like them showing you a picture of a fucking carnival and saying that never existed and saying, "Hey, I brought you there for your 5th birthday." You know, like, you remember your 5th birthday? We went to this carnival and you had the time of your life. We bought you an ice cream and a fucking, you know, and you're like, I never been to this fucking place, and they're like trying to make you believe it, you know. Mm-hmm. It's like the same shit. They're showing you. It's like just psyoping you with photos, just psyop. And hey, you know, it's like when the military goes up to people over in Afghanistan, and they're like, "Hey, you want to look at some pictures? Can I show you something? You want to watch a video?" They drop pamphlets out the
psyop.
Sky.
During the opening of the Great Exhibition of 1851, the first of its kind, it is highly likely there were either 2 of these crystal palaces in London and both destroyed, or the Hyde Park Palace is just an outright lie.
It's a lie. Everything.
Interestingly, a few.
I don't think there was 2 of them. I think it's a lie. Everything's a fucking lie. Everything's a lie.
Years after its relocation to Sydenham, this map of the palace, all designed at the hand of owner. He struggled with the water supply, we are told. After all, supplying 12,000 fountains, 2 of which shot water 250 feet into the air, and the various cascades would be a difficult task to achieve. But clearly not for Paxton. He made it happen. Interestingly, the Crystal Palace also featured one of these impossible, grand, and spectacular organs. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, while Mr. Paxton was redesigning the Crystal Palace at Sim, he was also designing the glorious Mentmore Towers for none other than Baron Mayer Rothschild. Who would have thought that a random, young 20-something gardener would go on to be responsible for some of the most impossible and impressive engineering feats in history. Let's also not forget about his banana. Paxton is an example of the enemy's laziness when it comes to hiding our true history. It is not fathomable or even possible for the citizens of the 19th century to have even built these structures, let alone assign their inception to one sole man. The Crystal Palace and its gardens, just like Chatsworth, were huge farming grids that used to live in water in conjunction with sound to cultivate a whole range of wondrous produce. Kew Gardens in London is another example. The abundant electromagnetic energy was able to produce conditions of heat with ease, and the vibrational frequencies encouraged growth. Perhaps that's why Crystal Palace housed a grand organ, utilizing frequencies and vibrations to enable the growth of produce. And that's why the controllers were able to assign the cultivation of the banana and exalt to a fabricated Englishman. The technology already established in England was able to grow many things with ease. Among other impressive horticultural achievements attributed to Paxton's genius were the perfect pineapples, other tropical fruit he grew at Chatsworth. He grew enormous lily pads, which could hold the weight of a human. He grew gigantic sequoia redwoods at Chatsworth, which usually only thrive in humid conditions.
We got 8 people on Odyssey.
He grew them with ease, and many of these redwoods
We have 8 people on Odyssey, Bill. That's fucking awesome. That's so awesome. We never have anybody on Odyssey. That's so great.
Remain today, a spectacular sight to behold. It's probably worth noting that among Paxton's many other talents, Wikipedia also tells us that he became quite skilled in moving gigantic trees, as well as gigantic crystal palaces. The largest of these trees weighing 7,000 kilograms. How? With horse and cart? Why are humans so gullible? They destroyed the beautiful and impossible Chatsworth Conservatory in 1920. As the Duke's in a letter to his father of explosive
of that. I don't even know if I can even say it. I don't know what that is.
Been well built. The structures of the old world were built to stand for centuries. What a great shame. The lies surrounding the Peak District do not end with Paxton. The entire national park was one gigantic, interconnected electromagnetic water system of the old world. It was most likely one of Britain's primary suppliers of farming goods. The national park boasts one of the largest collections of stately homes, halls, and manors, all of which would have functioned as huge farms. It was also a regional retreat that specialized in healing. Yes, that's right, healing. The Peak District is home to 2 large towns, Matlock and Buxton.
Buxton, it sounds like Boston, but it's Buxton.
Buxton is famous for its bottled water, and Matlock is renowned for its historical.
I wonder if there's someone who lives there named Buxton Ray. That'd be pretty cool if there was like a another version of me that lived in Boxton that did
What if-
Mudfoot Adventures?
Yeah.
That'd
What
be
if
pretty
what
cool.
if what if Boston was a what if Boston was a Mandela effect? Like it used to be Boxton, and then one day it just turned to Boston, like 200 years ago or something.
I seen them right in a weird way in the graveyard. I gotta go back there and get a picture of it. I seen them write Boston very, very strange in the graveyard on one of the stones. But I'm starting to think all those graves are fake. But I'm gonna go back and check it out some more. Just some more graveyards. I know the ones at the King's Graveyard in Boston are definitely fake. But there's a graveyard over, in the Boston Common that I'm not sure, but I gotta go check it out more. But I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Bars. Even today, both towns boast an enviable collection of old world structures. We see an abundance of old generators, domed pavilion structures, capacitors, colonnades, columns, bandstands, gardens, and water systems. Overlooking the town of Matlock is River Castle. Its silhouetted frame and turrets stand regal in the distance. It is a derelict structure and has been derelict for over a century. The curious public are not allowed near the structure. They tell us it was built very quickly by a Mr. John Smedley. Smedley was, we are told, an industrialist. By the 1850s, he had become the driving force behind Matlock's hydropathic industry. Hydropathy is the practice of healing and use of water. The official narrative states that Smedley built Smedley's Hydro, which sits on Smedley Street in Matlock. It is now a government council building. Smedley's Hydro was just one of the hydropathies in the region. At one point, we are told, there were over 20 hydropath establishments in the region. Just look at these structures. Smedley did not build the hydro. Its structure and immense water tower evades his capabilities and the capabilities of all the 19th century systems.
Yeah,
the citizens of the 19th century Peak District inherited all of this infrastructure, and the controllers of our realm knew that they needed to squash any possibility of it being used for its original intents to discover the truth. It was just too obvious, and soon someone amongst the crowd might start putting two and two together. So they did what they do best and employed a puppet.
Thank you, Ryan.
But unlike Paxton, who was able to achieve fame and fortune for taking all of the credit, Smedley had a different role to play. Today, still play introduction of hydropathy, only for it to be declared primitive or fraudulent, and then subsequently buried and eradicated as a serious practice. His story is a very similar story to another enemy puppet that has gained a lot more attention over the years.
I knew it. I knew Tesla was an enemy puppet, dude. I knew it the whole time.
I too once fell for the lies surrounding this man's story. The hydropathies were able to accommodate hundreds of patients, and they were tremendously successful in curing a whole host of diseases and issues, ranging from inflammation and bilious attacks to paralysis, rheumatism, and fevers. This was conducted through an array of different bathing techniques, applying dripping sheets as bandages, and fusing electricity, sound waves, and water.
Wow.
There were, as one newspaper reported, electric bells throughout the buildings.
Electric bells throughout the whole building. So what? You go into the building, the whole thing just vibrates like 432 hertz frequency, like super strong. Like the whole building's just bam, 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 bam. They fucking hit you with so many frequencies that it fixes everything. It's crazy. So yeah, they were really good. Water is really powerful. They did a lot with water than what you just think. Just just drink and make fucking Kool-Aid shit.
No doubt the actual potential of hydropathy was never fully expressed in Smedley's array of hydros, but they nonetheless helped people tremendously. And they were a huge success, so the controllers temporarily profited financially. The hydros healed and increased the well-being of people through water and its fusion with sound, vibration, frequency, and electricity. Look at the electric treatment menu from one of the old brochures. Option trick, ionization, and high frequency.
Wait, where did he get a menu for one of these places, dude? You know what I mean? Like, he found a real menu for an electrohydropolic whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Treatment. Smedley also demonstrated the ability of etherized water to heat entire rooms in a profound way. The fernery at the hydro had a water heating built into its walls and always maintained a constant temperature of 65 degrees, even when the room was filled with a crowd of 350 or so visitors. The temperature never deviated. How was this kind of technology available in the 19th century, and yet today we do not have access to this kind of sophisticated heating? Historians and journalists of the time would deliberately smear Smedley, casting hydropathy as pseudoscience, comparable with homeopathy. Smedley had
what they call anything that doesn't agree with their scientism religion, pseudoscience, right? Like anything that goes against science is pseudoscience, right? So they of course they're going to say that to him because they probably came in and they want to give us. Well, I don't even want to get into that. All right, we're going to go further.
Many battles with the burgeoning medical industry, and structural alterations began. Like Tesla, Smedley played his role and successfully introduced the science of the old world to have it debunked, tarnished, and sidelined forever. Hydropathy today is regarded as nothing more than a relaxing spa venture. Original applications of frequency and electricity have been eradicated from the practice. Smedley's role-playing allowed the controllers to justify the entire water grid system of the Peak District, successfully preventing the current 19th century and further subsequent generations from questioning its presence. The remains of the grid today are so evident. You can sit and relax to the soothing sound of water falling over the turreted Regal Derwent Reservoir, which connects the entire region through its branching rivers and canals. You can stroll around shopping inside of old power stations and at old pumping stations. And in every area of the region, there are wonders waiting to be discovered. Not only in the larger towns do we find old found once provided the living waters, but also in the remote villages. Tucked away, we find an old dry fountain, a sweet joy to behold. The citizens of the old world, under the stars above in the firmament, the stars above taught them that the key to manipulating the ethereal energy they harnessed from the ionosphere was through water, sound waves, vibration, and frequency. They honored this gift by constructing domes, by crafting star cities, cymatic magnetrons, and praising the Lord and Holy Spirit for the living waters they received in return. They understood the firmament as both scientists and disciples. I am hoping the picture is starting to become clearer in your mind, and you will inevitably start to see things in a different light when possible structures. It is not a coincidence that some structures like the Colosseum are also referred to as amphitheaters. Have you seen them from above?
Yeah, they do.
They look like speakers. Amphitheater, interest. An amp is a unit of electric current, and an amplifier is a device that increases signal, especially microwaves
You
and
guys couldn't hear
audio.
me.
And no doubt you will start to put two and two together in terms of some of the inventions that we were allowed to play around with before they were discarded as antique in their efficiency. But time is of the essence. We could ponder examples of the old world's electromagnetic water grid system for hours. But I encourage you to get out and hunt them in your own time. We need to start. Wait, what? You want to know if these came from the old world?
Yeah. That on the next one he gets into these clocks, dude. We're gonna have to do another show and show it because this is the end. These fucking astrological clocks, right? Astronomical. What do they call them, Bill?
Yeah,
You ever seen these?
astrological. Yeah, and astronomical. I think
Astrological
there's
clocks, yeah.
I think there's two. There's two different kinds, yeah. Or at least two.
Oh, there's two different kinds. So I heard. So I must have heard it both ways, and I didn't figure it out. I didn't put it together yet. See, I'm learning. All right, let's go.
Yes, they did. And they're extremely important. The inevitable ticking of the clock. A deeply unsettling instrument, but unavoidable. I need to show you one more missing piece of the electromagnetic puzzle first, and then we will take a closer look at these timekeeping instruments. Come on, let's keep moving.
That's it. That was the end. I love it. I love Ewar. That was an awesome one. We made it. We made it through another. Well, we made it through another Ewar. So that was a good one, Bill. You seen that one before?
No, I haven't. I mean,
that one?
I don't, not in its entirety, no, but maybe parts of it. So that was a full episode. Do you know when that came out?
That was from Lost History of Flat Earth, The Whispering of the Waters, number 5. And
number
it was a
5,
while ago.
Wow.
And,
yeah.
But he came out with one called What on Earth Happened? That was the first one he ever came out with, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he came out with stuff before that. That's the first one I knew about. And then he came out with The Lost History of Flat Earth. And now he has The Lost History of Flat Earth Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has the new one that he's doing, the Labyrinth of the Lost Guild. And then I seen another one on there called Radials. It's just Radials. So he's been making a lot of new content lately, like on this new channel, AWAR. It's on, yeah. So, all right. So real quick, I want me and you, Bill. We gotta get the word out, dude. In an effort to support our channels,
Yeah.
okay, and ourselves, me and Bill have both been making clothes, and we got different things, merchandise for the channels. So I figured I'll bring mine up, and you can bring yours up after and show yours too.
Sure. I mean, yeah, if you'd like, yeah.
We both need support, and we both got awesome stuff. So let's see.
Yeah.
This just even comes up. I put the link in. I don't know if mine's even gonna come
I'm
up.
happy to say that I got somebody bought their first T-shirt from me, followed up by somebody who bought their second. I've sold 2 T-shirts so far.
I've been making some cool stuff, dude. But I'm gonna get back into it. It wouldn't let me upload anything the other day. It was giving me problems. All day I was trying to upload flat flops. I was making myself some flat flops, and they wouldn't take it. They wouldn't go for it. So anyway, look, we got the Boston Ray Mud Mob original T-shirt. We got the Boston Ray original design mug. We got the Boston Ray Mud Mob backpack original design. That's the original Boston Ray Mudfoot Adventures design.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Then down here we got Boston Ray retro design, right? We got the retrofitted, the retro, the towels, T-shirts for men, right? Syngeman designed that for me. The retro design, the retro sun, we call it. And then we got the Boston Ray Mudfoot Adventures Mud Mob retro sun glasses. It's just it's just like more to donate to the channel. You get a little souvenir. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm trying to I'm not a bar glass salesman all of a sudden. I'm just trying to get some support here. Look at this. I'm trying my best. Look, Mud Mob, zip up hoodie, women's stuff. Look at that. Boom, women's. Boom, baby. Mud Mob on the back. Look at that.
Yeah.
Boston Ray. And then I have more stuff too. Here it is. This is the new design right here. Dr. Fauci is COVID commander. You see? We do not consent on the back. You see?
Yeah.
Dr. Fauci is COVID. You could be your own COVID commander. You know what I mean? We even got one for the kids this year. The kids' tee. Send your kid to school and let him be the commander. Or her. Let her be the commander. So anyway, we have the Mudfoot Adventures retro kids tees and girls tees, and then we got we got the COVID commander
Flat Earth
Dr. Fauci. Yeah, look at that. I made a new one. Flat Earth Fucky Ducky. The Flat Earth Fucky Ducky mug. It's brand new. I made it even cheaper because people were complaining about my prices. $14.99, cheaper than the other ones. Flat Earth Fucky Ducky, and it has the flat Earth on the side, on the other side with a Bible verse about the flat Earth underneath it. And it says
brilliant.
Earth is flat. Oh, it is. It's nice, right?
Yeah.
You like that one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I like this one too. I'm gonna get a few of these. I'm gonna get a few of my own things. But yeah, so I'm gonna be designing more stuff. My Teespring, I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now for my Teespring. While Bill's sharing his, I'll put my link in so you guys can check it out and keep posted on my Teespring because syngeman is designing me more and more stuff. He's great at graphic arts. Look, we got a woman's crop hoodie. You see that? Boom.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Stuff's not bad, dude. It's not bad. I don't think it's that expensive. All right, so
no, I dig it. I dig it. I mean, we did go through the T-shirt phase, and maybe we'll still add some different designs now and then, but I just wanted to get it up and running as a way to help support the research and the short films and the live streams and even equipment. Man, I think there's some more equipment that I could see.
Help advertise for the channel.
Yeah,
like I put Mud Mob on the back, so like you put hashtag Mud Mob into Google, you'll see one of my things will pop up, like either BitChute or I'm on BitChute, I'm on Odyssey. I put Mud Mob on everything now, thanks to Ryan. Ryan hooked me up with that. Ryan was the one who thought of it. Undoctrinated. He thought of Mud Mob. It was he was the brainchild behind Mud Mob. All right, so you want to get yours up there? You got it? You're gonna get it ready?
Can I try? Can I try a technique real first?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I'm going to share a picture. I'm going to share a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see. I'm trying to figure out how to do something. Do you see the picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like out in Arizona.
This is out in Nebraska. This is my home state of Nebraska.
Oh, really?
And yeah, this is out in western Nebraska. And I've been, for Jen's show, she had me, I was searching through like my old, I got a bunch of old world photographs, but then I found like all these high resolution photographs. Mm-hmm. And I figured out how to kind of scroll around. I'd never been able to do that before. I do.
I've been noticing that you guys have been getting really good with the high resolution stuff. And Jen was trying to tell me how to do it too. She was trying to explain it to me the other night in my chat.
I mean, does this come through?
Is she the one who taught you? She's the one who did she tell you?
I taught myself how to do it right before I went on our live stream. But I mean, what does it look like on your end? That's kind of what I'm curious about.
I see it on the big screen. I got it on the I got a 70-inch screen right here, 72 inch or some shit.
It looks
pretty fine.
Okay.
But it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't look like any better quality than it normally looks when you.
Right. I mean,
it doesn't look higher quality.
I mean, you do see. Are you able to zoom in on?
When you zoom in,
the details. Yeah. Let me see.
Oh yeah. You learned how to do it with the cross. Yeah, that's what it was doing to me the other day. I was trying to figure that out with the cross. It gives me a cross, and I don't know what to do with it.
I mean, that's as far as I can go in, but is it blurry on your end?
It's a little grainy, yeah.
Okay. What about there?
Yeah, it's grainy.
Okay.
But it's not as grainy as when I zoom in from my computer, I don't think. But
okay.
I'm telling you, mine I just download the thing into my computer.
Yeah.
And it's like Windows Media Player, I think it is. And I just use this little thing on the mouse right here, the little wheel. And I just roll up and down. When I roll up, it zooms in. When I roll down, it zooms out.
That's cool. I mean,
that's cool.
I mean, people really do like seeing the good, good quality stuff. And when you do the research and the kind of the scrolling around right there, I think that's kind of a good, presentation and a good thing to join in on. You
still gonna get your T-shirts up?
Yeah, here it comes.
Making sure you didn't forget because it's late.
Yeah, I know it is late. What am I doing?
Oh, you're gonna show that? Go ahead.
No.
But that looks like a melted building, dude, for sure.
I screwed
100%. 100% melted tower, right there.
Let's see, entire screen. What am I doing? Oh yeah, okay. Got lost for a second.
The way I look at it is, it's gonna just putting our merchandise in the stream. It's not necessarily for the people in the chat. It's for the people that are gonna watch the stream tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and it's gonna advertise for us. It's not just for them.
So when we went through, we went through the T-shirt thing about the same time. It's like, how I do stuff. I just got to kind of dive in and fully did it. So I probably, I stopped doing. I still did some research, but I really focused in on the shirts. Well,
you got nice stuff, dude. You got stuff that almost looks like you would see it in a clothing store, like in Boston or something, like. But it's like old world. You got your own style. It reminds me of the style of your videos. Like it has the Bill Miller style. Your clothes.
Oh, does it? Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I can tell that. Yeah, it's Bill Miller. Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of fun too. I mean, because like we like creating films and doing editing and stuff. But once you get into it, it's kind of fun. Like
nobody else makes mud flood clothing, dude. I haven't seen it yet. Like clothes with mud flood buildings on it. No.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do good with that stuff. I'm gonna try to make some too. But I haven't figured out how to do the prints all over yet. I've seen it on there all over print.
Right.
But I'll have to ask Syngeman. He's the artist.
I mean, if you I I spent quite a bit of time. If you would need a little, I mean, it's just figuring out the system, because it's software. It's like
Well, it doesn't work great on the phone. I've been trying to. I bet you if I try to make things on the computer, it'll work good. But when I try to do it on the phone, it's like my phone's too full, I think. Yeah, I've been trying to make flat flops all day. I'm gonna put the flat Earth duck on some flip flops, and I'm gonna call them flat flops. They'll be there. They'll be there by tomorrow. I already have the design figured out. There's a flat Earth on there and everything. It's gonna look cool. But they just won't let me do it. They're hating on me. I think because it has a swear word in it. That's why I think every time I take the swear word out, it almost goes through.
Hey, I got something for you here. You know how I have that Name This City series over on YouTube, on YouTube's here? I did it on T-shirts. I have like probably 30 of these where I put the picture of the city, like the skyline, and then below it says Name This City. But then on the back of the shirt, you get the answer to the question. Like the front of the front of the shirt is you have to like take a look and see what city it is, and then if you can't get it, you get it on the back of the shirt.
So so you're gonna do one for every episode, you think? Every name in the city, you're gonna make
pretty close. I mean, I have probably 20.
I was thinking
20 different cities.
That's crazy. We had the same idea, dude, and I didn't even talk to you about it. I was thinking about doing it for Boston Ray Mudfoot Adventures and making like episode 1, the Boston Common, like wherever I went on each episode, like a T-shirt for each episode, like episode 37, like the King's Graveyard, or whatever it is, and I'll show like, I'm gonna do it.
Well, so, I mean that's
that's pretty much it. That's good though.
Yep, that's it.
So put your before you leave, put your Teespring in the chat, because I didn't even know if you were gonna show up, so I don't even think I put you in the. Put your link in there, your channel link, all your links in the chat, because I didn't put them in the description. I will after the video is done. I'll go and put your links in the description, but for tomorrow when people watch it, because people watch our streams in the morning, like when we're done and we get off like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and people wake up at like 6, 7, 8, 9. We get a ton of views. I watch the streams like go up like in the morning. Everyone wakes up and watches this. So
well, then we get a lot of people in Europe. I mean, it's morning time there. Like where Voy is, it's morning.
Yeah. Well, I want to get out of here though. What do you want? You want to get out of here?
That's fine.
We've been going. I got 2 songs. I'm gonna play 2 songs. I don't think I played my new Slain video yet that I got, and I'm gonna play the Freemason one.
Afro, more coin. Fro Thizzle in the area. Thought it was so simple, but giving them all the merrier. I'm about to 1,000 million miles ahead of ya. Ain't no one better, but believe I gotta beg your pardon, and now I gotta bury ya. You get weary when you hear me and dearly with my theory. Now you had to get me started. Identify with the fire and dire need of a flamethrower. When I'm aligned with the rhyme and tell a nigga game over. I'm gonna keep it going. I gotta be doing it ready. A little bit different. Ain't ahead of me. Grab a photo. Only way you get in the picture. Lo behold, like Hannibal Lecter. Hand over the dinner course. The man professor. No one to test him. Put them in the rigor mortis and infected like monkeys who had to carry the virus. Ain't shit funny, but it don't scare me the slightest. I'm gonna roll it up while the world burn to ashes. Sit behind the scene as the elite control the masses.
We king of the bar, so honor the monarchy coming from poverty. To change the command, we form an alliance to rule the economy. The world is a stage, performing today is global atrocities. We changing the laws, our freedom to live, decoding the policies. The people's cry,
The people's fight. Reward is a system, no aborting the mission, enforcing you listen.
One for the money, two for the base. Fuck a motherfucker in the face. About to get your case. See the blood dripping, let me get a cake. Evil like a Bronson flick. Make you eat a watch. Kinja Tate, will the ninja spray? With the kid display, living in decay. Facts, I'm a fax machine. That's the sound I'll make. Maybe beat him and burn him. Maybe I eat him and learn him. Be like a preacher believer when he be teaching a sermon. Fuck that, let me go slow. Roy Rogers, slow down. I get low down. Old school rap bastard. Kick him in the head, do a backflip. Party at the club with a fat chick. I'ma eat the ass, get your ass bit. White bitch smoking Newports out in Mastic, that's sick. White bitch smoking Newports out in Mastic, that's sick. I still live like Patrick, more coin all day, that's a hit.
We king of the bars, so honor the monarchy coming from poverty. To change the command, we form an alliance to rule the economy. The world is the stage, performing today is global atrocities. We changing the laws, our freedom to live, decoding the policies. The people's cry, the people's fight. Listen.
I slide through like the Grim Reaper. A nigga murdered the feature. I beat the beat up original type of swing like a cleaver. They tried to keep up, be us. Call it father the leader. They better re-up, speed up. In the dust I'ma leave you, nigga. It ain't ever been another spitter like me. Another nigga like me is highly unlikely. You're thinking you might be, then find me and 5 me. And I never take it lightly, but they try to deny me. Despise me, cause I'm the originator, eliminator. Try me, can never be simulated or emulated. Imitators, they can be eradicated and assassinated with murder that's aggravated. Lyrically contagious, mentally amazing. Competition for me ain't even really amazing. I'm the nigga they chasing, but I float like a ghost cause the flow's so evasive. On my leather face,